Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. The dramatic intro song. I wanted to see if I can find it. Normally, I have all these tabs open. About the school situation. Where's it at? Oh my god. Where are you? Oh my god. Screaming and hollering. That's not it. Maybe I still have it on my... Okay, maybe it's on the other... Oh, it's right here. Okay. Yo, I have a lot of tabs open. Okay, so there was the situation. I haven't watched any of these videos. And it said, breaking news, parents went off on the California public school teacher who had a meltdown in class after Trump won. They said he made the most racist comment and should be fired. Parents are offended and put the school board on notice. Maybe we need to start doing more of that. The school board hid the video of anyone speaking against them last night, but they showed the video of people speaking favorably about them. I've never seen anything like it. Thankfully, a parent who supports Trump brought their own camera. Oh, I learned, let me tell you, a long time ago, I learned if you're going to do some type of interview, I haven't done many, but I have. There was one time, or no, it was a couple times. There was a couple times I was on the news. I'm trying to think of the story. Malia Davis, and then there was Joseph Morris, the News Nation. I was on News Nation like 3 times, but I've always learned and had the forethought: have somebody recording you or record yourself, because these TV programs, they're not going to play most of what's being said. So to cover yourself, record yourself or have somebody recording you, telling you, because they'll spin things out. So I guess this is one of the parents. Let me see.
School. Can you ensure every parent that is in the teacher's classroom that did all of those racial outbursts will not be bullied?
Ooh.
Can you guarantee that no child that has that teacher, that father or grandfather voted for President Trump, will they be bullied? And if so, what are you going to do about it?
Oh, that's true. I feel bullied too. I feel like they're bullying me, right? It's supposed to be democracy. You can vote for who you want to vote. And there's people that are well, they have the right to unsubscribe, but I feel bullied and attacked too.
It is time that the school district, stop tolerating.
Wait, do you guys hear the howling sound? Oh my god, you guys hear? Okay. Okay, with my complex, I had a portable AC at my window, and they complain. These people have been harassing me, so they complain about that. They called me. They sent me a personal. Oh, Mel, you can't have that on your window. Okay, so I took the shit down. So I put a portable AC at my... I didn't know you guys could hear that. Oh my god. Maybe I'll take a picture. I didn't know you guys could hear that. So... You hear the howling sound? Okay. It is creepy. I can't lie. It is creepy. I'm gonna take a picture. Hold on. Take a picture. Okay. I don't know if I can show this. Let me turn on the camera. Oh my god. I gotta answer for this. Well, okay. All right. So I got this portable AC, and it's highly inefficient. It uses a lot of power, and it's like this thing you have. So when the wind blows, it makes this howling sound. Ooh, it is creepy. I didn't know you guys could hear it. Oh my god. So that's what's going on with my window.
Hate speech in class. There should be zero tolerance for hate speech.
Damn, Michael, you messed your ribs up too? Holy shit.
A Hispanic man wants to be white. That is a racial...
Oh, hold on, man. Hold on, Hispanic man?
A Hispanic man wants to be white. That is a racial... Sorry.
Wow.
I'm offended. Yo soy mexicana. I am Chicana.
Oh, she said I'm Mexicana.
I am indigenous, and my family voted for Trump.
Yeah!
That also voted for Kamala Harris, but does that give me an excuse or anyone else a reason to racially attack them? No, it doesn't. What are you going to do about this teacher? Because he should be fired. There should be zero tolerance for hate speech. And ma'am, you really need to stop with the grinning. All I see is a room full of parents that are very angry. You need to be respectful. All of you need to be reminded you are public servants. The people pay for you to be there, and the people can remove you quickly. You need to remind yourselves that. What are you going to do when children start being bullied because of the hate speech that this teacher was saying in the classroom? Okay. Again, can you guarantee any of the parents that their child will not be bullied? Because now you are put on notice. If any child is harassed because of the disgusting rhetoric that was put in the class, now you are legally put on notice. Thank you.
And that's what they hate when you know, quote unquote minorities are just, they're fed up with this shit. I know a lot of people. I guess you could consider me a minority or whatever. Honestly, if that gives me an advantage, amazing. Whatever. But like, they hate when these people speak up. Mexicans, Latinos, or whatever. You can't, they get really upset. I don't know. I still don't know what the teacher said. They said he made the most racist comments and should be fired. I feel bad for people that live in California. The majority of your student population is Hispanic. They can't, and I've said this before, I don't mean to sound offensive, but the most, like, the people that turn me off the most politically is like white liberals, because they're so condescending. They assume that like you're weak and inferior, and oh no, we're gonna placate to you. We're gonna hand this into your hand. They're the most weak, disgusting people. They drop on their hands and knees, sucking. Well, I haven't seen them suck toes, but I've seen them kiss feet. Some of the most weak, disgusting people politically I've ever seen. And if that's the case, I'll send you my electric bill, my water bill. You want to pay my bills because you feel so guilty? I'll send you my shit. Pay the fucking bills. They have no. It's so like I don't know. To me, politically, it's one of the most disgusting things is these people, white liberals. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Oh no, it's okay. No, we're here for you. And then the people that raise their kids to believe they're inferior. I had to have that discussion. I would never raise my daughter like that because I wasn't raised like that either. And I have a really nice, the shit that I do, it's incredible. I just stream and react. I'm so lucky and privileged to do the shit that I do. I really am. And people are surprised, you just do YouTube? Yeah, I just do fucking YouTube. I'm really lucky to do the shit that I do. But it took a lot of work. I grinded for years. And even now it's a little tough. Sometimes, people unsubscribe and what I understand. No, members leave, mods leave. Okay. But I mean, I'm just lucky to do what I do. I've never in my life ever said to myself, I'm trying to watch what I say, but I've never thought that I was less than. Never. I've always I used to work. So when I was in New York, I worked in the flea market. I didn't get paid shit, but they gave me Timberlands. They gave me free Timberlands at the flea market. They gave me some money. I was really young. I didn't make much. And then the other job that I had in New York, unofficial, under the tab job, was newspapers. And so me, my stepfather, and my stepbrother, we would get into a van. They gave us 300 newspapers each. and we had to hustle and grind. My stepbrother took one side of the street. I took the other side of the street. And my stepdad, that smoked all the time, habitual smoker, he'd be driving. And so we would dump the newspapers on each side of the street. It wasn't a lot of money, but we just made ends meet. And then when I came to Florida, my first job in Florida was Winn-Dixie, and they treated me like shit. They wanted me to take my lunch break literally at the end of the day, at the end of the shift. And at some point, I was okay with it for a while because I'm a kind of person that I accept shit until I'm over it. And so I was done with these people taking advantage of me. A lunch break is not meant to be at the end of your break. They would literally tell me, like, I forgot what time I got out. I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 o'clock. Oh, take your lunch break 30 minutes before you leave. So I finally got fed up and I said, fuck this place. I clocked out, no lunch, and I left. And the management people called me into the office. They were upset. How could you do that? Because I wasn't getting a break. So they gave me a warning. And I kind of had a history of that. But these companies that take advantage of people, it sucks. But
what I want to sit here and say is,
wait, I worked at a newspaper factory. You did? Bundling newspaper? Yo, really? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay, folks.
the bad words that were being spoken by Mr. Perez is bad enough. I've heard students sit here and say how they admire him as a teacher. That may be so. But when you're in a position like that, you are held up to a bigger standard.
Yeah.
What's good for the goose is what's good for the gander. You want to sit there and accuse people that they will be, to sit there and call other students when the majority of your student population is Hispanic, that they know politics in their household, these students, and what you just did is make the most racist comment to tell them that their fathers, blessed to have their fathers in their home, like myself, that if they voted for Trump, that they only did it because they wish they were white.
What? That's crazy. That's so crazy. But honestly, I've noticed even before like this Trump stuff, when I had my little, I don't know if you want to call it an awakening, but I realized a lot of Latino people, they're conservative. Their values, their religious beliefs are conservative. A lot of Latino people are like that,
That is the worst of it all. Shame on him, and I know you will do your due process. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perez.
Oh, there's one parent. Okay, there we go. Another one.
This thing went viral. This teacher, Mr. Perez, I guess his name is, I guess he figured out that somebody had voted for Trump, and he got pretty upset, and he went crazy. So I don't know.
You know, man, I wish they were white, and I'll never admit it to you. A lot of your fathers, a lot of your uncles, a lot of your grandfathers, God, they want to be white so bad, they never will be.
What?
Hate that. Hate Latino men that oppress the women.
Wait, is that the teacher? We'll play it again.
Yeah, I guess he figured out that, this thing went viral. This teacher, Mr.
That's a teacher.
Perez, I guess his name is.
Wow, okay.
I guess he figured out that somebody had voted for Trump, and he got pretty upset, and he went crazy. So I don't know.
You know, man, I wish they were white, and I'll never admit it to you. A lot of your fathers, a lot of your uncles, a lot of your grandfathers, God, they want to be white so bad, they never will be.
What?
Hate that. Hate Latino men that oppress the women in their family, their own daughters, and they turn around and vote for men that won't oppress them.
Okay, so that's the example, right? He's cussing, he's calling people like us, are conservative, that we want to be white. This is a racial rant, right? And just right now, you guys.
Well, that's what I noticed with these people that, they're calling out racism. They're the most racist people ever. When I grew up, nobody gave a fuck about race. Back in my time in New York, in Howard Beach, I had this, there was one person that was kind of fucking with me, an Italian guy, but my other friend came in and like dare this guy keep fucking with me. He was a really nice guy, a friend of mine. But I was in Howard Beach, Italians, and they were mostly nice. It was a nice area. But like, I don't know. I guess kids are lost. I've never wished that was another race. I wish I was less weight. If there's anything I wish for, I need to drop some more weight. That's the most, because when I was in a nice weight range, I looked fucking amazing, I think. But like skin color, I didn't give a fuck about that. You know, I shouldn't tell this story, but my daughter's mother one time called me and she was like, Melvin, Maddie's talking about people's color skins. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said somebody was like the color red. And I'm like, are you talking about the video game? Yeah. Roblox? Yeah. Okay, so she's describing what she sees. I literally told her that on the phone. What the fuck do you want me to tell you? She's describing literally, visually. You know kids, they're unfiltered. That's what they see. I had to throw that out and dismiss that shit. She's seeing blue and red and whatever. Okay, and? That's what I told her on the phone. And? Literally. Are you kidding me?
You guys resolved the policy to make
and?
November
the fuck?
Native American Heritage Day. The Latinos were part Native. You know, we have Native blood in us. So he literally assaulted the policy he just created. So I say I know he's been removed. I say you strip him. He can't work with the schools anymore. Remove him of the duties. Thanks so much. God bless you.
Okay. So that's one parent. I think there might be another. Here's another one, yeah. Okay, let's check out this other parent.
Hello, everyone. Let me start off with saying I'm Mexican American.
I'm laughing at the shirt, but yeah. And he says Mexican American.
And anytime that I go to these school board meetings,
anytime I get these calls, I roll my eyes. Roblox and the different colors.
I don't let people know where I stand. You know, I try to stay nonpartisan. What that teacher did was unacceptable. He said things on the audio that should never been said. He used profane language, and it's just unacceptable. I felt that I should wear my Trump shirt because of the things that he said in that audio. And, he has a right to say those things, but not at our schools. That was just crossing the line, and he never should have done that. The profane language, I'm just surprised. There's got to be consequences. Consequences for things that you do, consequences for things that you say. And I'm not sure if he should get fired, but I'm really to that level where there needs to be some major consequences. The other thing that I'm here for is,
T-bag.
I've been at Valverde most of my time over there at those school board meetings, but I try to watch these meetings and no one's being broadcast, their faces. Why is that? I have no respect for you guys. I want to know why that's happening, why it went to that point. Now what I'm going to do on my little channel, Reno Valley First, on Facebook, on Instagram, I'm going to come here and record every time that we're doing these non-agenda items. And I want to make sure that it changes, because until it doesn't, I'm going to ask Donovan Sadiq to come here and do the same thing. He was here last time. We're going to do our First Amendment right to record. You guys need to be transparent. You need to have, I don't know why all those meetings got deleted, but that's ridiculous. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to be here recording, and I hope you change it so I don't have to bring my little tripod here and do this. Thank you.
I'm glad that these parents are standing up. And like I said, in these situations, it really does seem like you have to record yourself. Apparently, they deleted videos. There's another one. Let's check it out. I think we have two more. So two more. We'll check it out.
We have attracted the attention of the world's richest man, Elon Musk, Corey DeLangelis, one of the top education experts. We even have a board member from a competing or neighboring school district here tonight. Why they're here? Looking at the absolutely 6-alarm dumpster fire that's been going on in the school district for decades, and you have not done hardly anything to correct it. Now the world knows. We're world famous on something, and it's not very good. You talk about student achievement, especially at Edgemont Elementary, and what the problem is. You've heard it for decades. CJ can testify. He's been on this board 14 years, and I brought it up for every one of those and before. There is no possible way. That's why this looks like worse than a clown car, 3-ring circus going on here. Then you cut our time. You try to intimidate us. Please bring it on.
Oh, shit, okay.
Then you try to intimidate the kids and the students. Of telling them, oh, you can't talk about that. Have you ever heard of Baca versus Moreno Valley Unified School District? You can come up here and say whatever you want to. It's called the First Amendment to the Constitution. You ought to teach it in this school. Maybe we wouldn't have the problems we do.
Oh, okay.
Knock it off. Get your act together.
I thought I was going to say, get your asses together. He should have said asses.
Please, before you burn this thing clear to the ground.
That's right.
Fuck him. Okay, I think we got one more parent.
Another thing, there was a gentleman going back that was standing at the podium. He turns it around and he's yelling at the audience. You know, that's ghetto.
He said that's ghetto. I don't know why I thought he was going to say that's gay. Back in the day, people used to say, oh, that's gay. And it wasn't like a homophobic thing. It was just like, oh, that's stupid or whatever. Back in the day, you could just say, I don't remember when I was growing up, oh, that's gay. But now it's like it's really offensive. It's like homophobic.
You're supposed to be professional people here. So, man, and you'll continue it. You know, they're talking about this, Mr. Perez. I'm surprised, and I don't know nothing about it, but how many times have you people and boards before buried things under the rug?
Yeah.
From assault to sexual molestation?
Yeah.
It's been done. There's records. We pay record amount of money for that crap that you didn't take care of.
I really do believe these schools, they'll sometimes hide things to protect themselves. Like even in a couple situations, my daughter, there was never no official record. I feel like some of these places do try to protect themselves. The howling is creepy. California teacher suspended after foul-mouthed classroom rant comparing Trump to Hitler. A concentration camp in your lifetime. A lot of people upset about that. Trump met with Joe Biden today.
All right, let's go to this. Their meeting.
Looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So welcome.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough. And it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much a transition that's so smooth. It'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
That's all you hear. But I like that they came together for the transition. That's cool. You don't know what they're saying. How do you even decipher that shit? What are they even saying? All these people screaming on top of each other. Okay.
I mean, just even looking at the body language, right?
Sure. One of the interesting things, President Trump deferring to President Biden there by not answering questions.
That took some restraint. You know it did.
Sure, because he's been in that position. We've all been in the Oval with him, and he often liked to answer questions.
As if answering questions is a bad thing, right? Like, CNN, I'm just like, these people, that's why they're like, okay, that's why CNN is down in the dumps. Chris Wallace, he said is leaving. Their ratings are shit. I learned a long time ago, CNN is full of shit. And my mother watches them. And when things would happen, I just started sending my mother links. Here, Ma, I know they clipped it. Here, go watch the full thing. Here's this link. Here's that link. And she actually started to kind of have a bit of a change of heart. These people, the only way they're successful is deception. That's the only thing they do is deception. But a lot of these people are over their bullshit. And some of these YouTube political analysts, they lost thousands of subs because they were like, oh my God, you told me confidently Kamala's going to win. And this is what's going to happen. And you were wrong. We're wrong. And these are the fucking experts that spend their entire lives studying this shit.
The Oval with him, and he often liked to answer questions.
It's so funny to me.
In the Oval with him, and he often listens.
That took some restraint. You know it did.
Sure, because he's been in that position. We've all been in the Oval with him, and he often liked to answer questions.
I'm sorry, just the imagery, the fire burning.
Wow. I mean, just even looking at the body language, right?
Sure. One of the interesting things, President Trump deferring to President Biden there by not answering questions.
Trump, let me tell you, Trump was being nice and respectful because he could have taken questions and he was being respectful. Biden doesn't want to answer, just like Kamala. Doesn't want to answer questions, doesn't want to do interviews, complete disrespectful, even to even to Joe Rogan. Oh, well, you're going to have to leave your studio and fly out to me. No, bitch, I'm doing you the fucking favor with the millions and millions of followers, people that I have that watch daily. No, you should come out to my studio. And she was like, oh no, come out to fly to me. And we can only do 1 hour and 1 hour interview. Really? These people are so like, no.
Took some restraint. You know it did.
Sure, because he's been in that position. We've all been in the Oval with him, and he often liked to answer questions.
I'm sorry, just the imagery, the fire burning, the bust of...
The fire burning. Bitch, yeah, it's a fireplace that's been there all this time. It's not the first time. The imagery of the fire burning. CNN, they have nothing to talk about. There's nothing like... It's just, I can't even believe the commentary from these people.
With him, and he often liked to answer questions.
I'm sorry, just the imagery, the fire burning, the bust of MLK on one side, JFK on the other. I mean, wow, that is a moment. And these two men have not seen each other, I don't think, since our debate.
You know what I think? I think once Trump takes office, because he hasn't yet. Some of these people, they're like, oh, they're acting like he's in office. He's not in office yet. He got elected. He's eventually, he's going to be in office. I think Trump and Biden should have that golf game that they joked about during the debate. I think they need to have one final golf game, Trump doesn't drink, but a final beer and a golf game on camera. I feel like on cameras, it would be historical. It would be epic, but if you don't want it on camera, do it off camera. Have that golf game and then move on. I think that would be great. Do the golf game. Oh my God, look at this chick's eyes. Wow. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Wow. Damn.
This is why he's been so quiet. He knew they had him. That's why he's been so quiet. And now look what Russia did.
Well, what did Russia do?
I promise. I guarantee he does not get inaugurated in January.
Wow.
I guarantee he doesn't even make it to the White House.
Wow. Just look at those eyes, right? Crazy fucking eyes. I don't think there's anything wrong with like Trump when he was talking to Russia and Putin. I don't want war. I don't want World War III. I'm not saying you got to be best friends, but have open communications, talk something out. Maybe, maybe you can work this out. Maybe just like North Korea, Kim Jong-un. And that Trump was talking with him. I think, did Trump go visit him? I thought they said I have to double check that. I thought they said he went to go visit. Trump visits North Korea. Did he go to North Korea? Yeah, Trump thus became the first sitting U.S. president to enter North Korea. There's a lot of messed up, fucked up stuff happening over there. I'm gonna say that, but if you can open communications and try to like work something out, like what's wrong with that? Why do these people want to go to war? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So, Trump went into North Korea. I thought that was dope that he went over there.
If you're wondering if it's hard to be a therapist right now, it is. It really
Little Kim.
is.
Kim.
Watching the pain and suffering that's come from this election and listening to my clients say
Little Rocket
homophobic
Man.
things to me,
Oh my God.
not knowing I have a wife is really
God, here we go.
fucking hard.
Oh my God.
It's really fucking hard.
What does that matter? These people, I realize a lot of these people, I think they're lacking attention in their life. And so they have to like pull off all these check marks to get some type of, I don't give a fuck if you're a lesbian or bisexual, you have a wife, but everything is being done to you because you have a wife.
Not knowing I have a wife.
Who cares?
And listening to my clients say homophobic things to me.
Oh my God, get out of here with this
Not
shit.
knowing I have a wife is really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard. And I have to validate them. I can't say anything.
My God, yeah.
It's really fucking hard.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me. We saw that. Okay, we saw that. Oh, this is
Trump and Elon stole the election. Check the machines. Trump, I saw you. Trump and Elon stole the election. Check the machines. They added numbers to those machines. Trump and Elon stole the election.
Wow. Okay. Another one.
She's gonna win. 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 Say it with me. She's gonna win. 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 Say it with me. She's gonna win.
There you go.
She's gonna win. She's
Okay. We got it. Oh my God.
So, ladies, I did the best investment this past week. After hearing about all these guys saying, your body, my choice, I was like, you know what? Bet. You guys are going to fuck around and find out. I went and got me a Zap. Let me tell you, best investment ever.
A Zaps up?
Somebody messes with me and starts pulling that crap on me. Bzz, bzz. I'm going to zap first and ask questions later. I see a woman in need. Zap first and ask questions later.
Listen, I feel like with abortion, so maybe there could be some exceptions, like rape or incest. But even those numbers, if you look at it statistically, it's really, really low. A lot of these people are using it as a contraceptive. Maybe you should take some type of responsibility in your fucking life. And let me tell you, if a man, let me just say this, if a guy just wants to fuck, he will be glad for you to get an abortion. There's nothing special about you. These people think they're special. There's nothing special about you. These people that are fucking you, and if you happen to get pregnant, oh, they're glad. Please, oh, please get an abortion. I don't have to deal with your fucking ass for 18 years. A real man with decency probably wouldn't want to get an abortion. And he's fucked. That's what the situation should be. But let me tell you, you crazy ass chicks, oh, I'm not gonna have sex. I'm not gonna date. I'm gonna get surgery and manipulate my organs and cut my tubes. Okay, go do that. As if I give a fuck. Because most of these men that are fucking you, if they're fucking you, that would be amazing to them. They don't want to fuck you. They want to get in, get out, and be gone the next day. So I'm telling you, most of these guys, it's just tube-tied shit. Oh, that's a blessing. You don't have to deal with your ass. You know, great. Amazing. I can get in and get out and not have to deal with you the next day. So go tie your tubes, go dye your hair, go cut off your hair, be bald. All this weird shit that you're doing that only affects you. It doesn't affect anybody else but you. Only a person that really wants to be with you might want to have a kid with you. And if we get into this, that's what happens. But otherwise, I'm just telling you. Otherwise, they don't want to have kids with you. These fucking psychopaths. They don't want to have kids with you. And murder their kids. And they don't have a choice in it. They don't have any say-so or choice in it.
That's meant this past week. After hearing about all these guys saying, your body, my choice, I was like, you know what? Bet.
It was one person, Nick Fuentes, that drove you guys into some type of psychotic fucking psychosis when he made the joke, and you ladies went nuts with it.
You guys are gonna fuck around and find out. I went and got me a Zap. Let me tell you, best investment ever. Somebody messes with me and starts pulling that crap on me, bzz, I'm gonna zap first and ask questions later. I see a woman in need, zap first and ask questions later. Fuck around and find out.
What's she gonna do, zap her pussy? Is this some new type of contraceptive? What is that?
You're not gonna like me after you do, okay?
Yeah. So that's another thing for honestly, man, like if I knew some young guys, I would give them advice, especially all the shit that I've been through, but especially now with this like election shit, I would really give some advice. Because some of these women out there, they want to destroy you. They're talking about poisoning men, giving them drugs to make them able to have kids. They're talking about cutting their body parts, shaving their hair, talking about manipulating people to fuck them over. You got to be really careful with some of these fucking chicks out there. All right, let me put out this. Let's do this clip. It's so wild to me that these people are like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex with you anymore, and that's the wildest thing to me. As if I give up. There's so many other women out there, and
$1 million to interview her in September. $1 million.
Hold on. Let's check this out.
$1 million to.
They're saying Oprah got $1 million. I think $1 million.
Interview her in September. $1 million.
Yeah.
Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free. Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends and blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100,000 to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set. We probably could have done it for around $6,000. That's without labor. But where'd the rest of the money go? We don't know. So she's still trying to soak folks for cash. 24 hours after the election, on Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. This is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars.
I don't know what's going on. think that's it. I mean, I could look for other stuff, but I think that's it. Somebody that watches me, I'm not going to say her name, but I really like her, and I'm a little disappointed because we disagree on politics, and she told me that, damn, Mel, I miss hanging out and having fun on your channel. You're definitely not the same dude I've been following for years. I try to watch you, but the vibe isn't welcoming. I feel like a noisy, unwanted neighbor. And she linked the stream. And I don't know. I feel like, okay, as far as politics, this has been me for years. Maybe I haven't vocalized it all the time, but this has been for me for years. And this stream to me, it was like kind of a fun stream, you know, but like, I understand. And that's why I made a whole other channel. That's why I separated things. I'm like, okay, I even said it earlier on my main channel. I said, I'm going to try to start again, separating things, because I know some people don't want the politics or whatever. So I was surprised because me and this person, we've had disagreements. I feel like we both have gotten at each other and went at each other's necks, and it was always love. And so now I feel like, I guess she feels different, so that makes me a little bit, I don't know, disappointing, I guess. You know, I guess that happens. But let me see what else. Let me see what else before you get off here. Look at another thing here. The howling in the background is crazy. Yeah, my politics has always been the same, and I know she's known that, you know. So I don't know what's happened, but maybe I'll have to reach out to her personally. We can talk and figure it out. Yo, the new border czar, this guy is crazy. Tom Homan, yo, this guy, oh my god, Tom Homan is crazy.
Some of these Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion: if you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way. But we're going to do it.
Yo.
So if we can't get assistance from New York City, and we may have to double the number of agents we send to New York City, because we're going to do the job. We're going to do the job without you or with you. Some of these Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion: if you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way. But we're going to do it. So if we can't get assistance from New York City, and we may have to double the number of agents we send to New York City, because we're going to do the job. We're going to do the job without you. Or
$1 million to interview.
Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion: if you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way. But we're going to do it. So if we can't get assistance from New York City, and we may have to double the number of agents we send to New York City, because we're going to do the job.
Wow! Holy shit! Okay, check out this other clip. Let's take a look at this. Hold on.
First of all, your comments are disgusting.
Oh shit!
I've served my country 34 years. I find your comments disgusting as well.
Whoa! Shut up!
I've served my country for 34 years, and yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him, because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life was like, and I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress. We agree on that. Fix it. We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality. People for 3 decades on this.
Gentlemen, time is.
Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one member of Congress who was interrupted by a protest. That is done with the approval of the ranking member. Please respect the chair's authority. The
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me.
Shit.
I'm a taxpayer.
Oh, shit. He said you work for me. Oh, my God.
I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
So the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation,
I recommend a zero tolerance.
which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
I think that was a good point, too, is like, if you're a parent and you commit a crime, well, you're going to be separated from your child. I can imagine what that's like. I don't know, but like, you know, it's horrible, but that's what happens. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to, okay, we're going to arrest you, but you can have your kid in jail with you. You can take your kid with you to jail, you know, in prison.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States.
All right. If you're here illegally, it's already a crime. What was
1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal
way.
way.
Right.
The Attorney General of the United States has made
nothing to say to that, right?
That clear.
Okay.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Yo! Is there a way to carry out mass deportations without separating families? Oh, yeah, of course. We could just deport them all together. Yeah, no, I have no problem with that.
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Yo.
You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done. Why would you release 5 or 6 female children to one male sponsor?
That's weird. Yeah.
Why would you do that? So God help these children. God help these children. I love kids. And this administration, I don't want to hear another word about you being humane. You're putting children at risk. Record number of Americans are dying. Record numbers of migrants are dying. There's one guy who can fix this shit, and it's Donald Trump.
Wow. I like his savagery. Even though I'm calling it savagery, he's just telling the truth. He's telling how he feels. But I honestly, I prefer to hear somebody like that than somebody that's trying to be like politically correct and like, oh, I'm going to sound nice. I'm going to package it up, or we're not going to follow through, and it's all this bullshit. I'd rather somebody talk to me like, tell me what the fuck, who you really are. Tell me what you're going to do.
There's one guy who can fix this shit, and it's Donald Trump. Look, I knew President Trump was going to run before you did, because I had dinner with him in Las Vegas about 6 months before he announced. And we were having dinner, and he looked at me and says, Tom, I think I'm coming back. If I come back, I'll get you to come back. I says, I tell you what, sir, I'm so pissed off, I'll come back for free.
Wow. Yeah. So I like this guy. I'd never heard of him before until recently. Obviously, he's been around. I didn't know about him. Tom Homan. He's kind of savage. He's just like brutally honest. Doesn't give a fuck about it, like offending people or holding back. He's just saying what he thinks and feels, and I like it. I like it.
Anybody tonight? look, they gave me 5 minutes to say a few things, so if I offend anybody tonight, I don't give a shit. How many tons of fentanyl didn't make in this country to kill Americans?
Right.
How many known suspected terrorists didn't make it in the country? How many billions of dollars did the cartels make? President Trump is one badass president. He secured the border at the level we've never seen before. And I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that's been released into the United States under this administration. Don't get too comfortable. We're going to need some help. Do I have any volunteers that want to come back and help run the biggest deportation operation in the history of this nation? In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House. He tells me we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit.
Yeah, I like him. I love this guy. I can't help it. I love the fucking guy so far. And even JD Vance, I was very skeptical of him. He was like a never Trumper. But after the recent interview, I like JD Vance too. And honestly, with mass deportation, isn't the person that has the most mass deportation was Obama? Maybe look that up. Wasn't it Obama? Mass deportations, Obama. Isn't he like the leader of mass deportations? I have to double check this. I've seen it in some places. I have to double check that. I think he's like the number one. He's on top. I thought. I could be wrong though. I don't know where to find the numbers. How's that? Obama was called the deporter in chief. He was like on, and he started the cages shit too. Yeah, Beto, didn't Obama start the cages shit? The number one mass deporter, from what I've heard, again, I haven't double checked. In fact, I need to do a double check on this stuff. Was Obama the first black president or whatever the fuck? People are over this bullshit. Like, oh, he's gonna say whatever. People are over it. Okay. Here's the video, the TikTok video. What's this?
You now know what this country is.
Oh, thank you.
Racist? Is our country patriarchal?
Oh, thank you. So Ray sent this to me on Twitter. Thank you. I guess this is the teacher that was making comments.
I'm upset. I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised. That's because back in July when Joe Biden dropped out and Kamala took over, I cried for a week, nonstop.
Cried for a week? Okay.
Because I knew what? I knew what? I knew that if we got the best candidate in the entire country, and it was a brown woman, people wouldn't vote for her. I knew that there were white people and non-white people that were men that would show up and would rather vote for literally anybody except someone with a uterus who has melanin. And those female students of color in this room know exactly what I'm talking about. Why would he win? Why did he win? He won several key states Kamala lost: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona. These key battleground states. Why did he win them? Look, why did he win them? Why would someone who in Wisconsin would vote for Joe Biden, a geriatric old Republican racist who's running as a Democrat, why would they all of a sudden not
maybe I don't disagree with that, that particular part, but
vote for Kamala Harris, a young person who has no bad record and who has effective policy for the future? Dariah. She has a vagina, if I use a different word. She has a vagina and uterus, and what else? She has melanin. She's mixed race. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. My daughter says all the time, I'm not surprised. Crazy stuff. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh my. Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know this week has been an incredibly difficult week for a lot of us. It's been difficult. There's just no words, right? It's an understatement. It's been a lot. What I came on here to say, first and foremost, is that if you are someone who is online right now, commenting, reposting stories, or making fun of the people who are sad this week, or belittling them, mocking them, if that's something that you are actively doing and finding joy in online right now, like truly, just
I do find joy in it. It brings me happiness.
the biggest of these. How dare you try to invalidate something that an entire group, multiple groups of humans are going through right now, whether they're feeling scared or helpless. Any of those feelings, as a human, would you laugh at another human when you see that they're obviously struggling? Fuck the biggest of dicks.
Okay. All right. She's upset.
People keep asking me, like, how did I actually find out, about him voting for Trump? How did I actually come to finding out? I think I just keep forgetting to mention it because it was just that unremarkable. But like I said in my story before, I was really upset because he told me his family voted for Trump. So I asked for a few days of space to think about, do I even want to be in a relationship with someone whose family is like that? Because I've cut my own family off for that shit.
Damn, you cut off your own family. Listen, me and my family, we disagreed back in like 2016. And I think that's the difference with these people. We disagree, but my mother, my aunt, they were still there for me. Like whatever. I'm not gonna we disagree. I'm not gonna disown these people. Oh, we gotta disown you. We gotta abandon you. We're gonna cut off ties. We're gonna cut off body parts. We're gonna shave off our hair. We're gonna break up, get a divorce. That's how these people function. Supposedly, the group of tolerance are some of the most intolerant people out there. The people that speak the most about you gotta accept them and you gotta have tolerance. They're some of the most intolerant motherfuckers out there.
Is like that because I've cut my own family off for that shit. I'm not going to be associated with that. I'm not. And so I needed some time to think about it because he really was good to me and I liked him a lot. And then after a couple days of thinking about it, I reached out to him saying, what time do you want to get together to talk about it? And at this point, he said, I'm so confused. I'm so sad. I'm so scared. I don't know.
He's just telling you that because he wants to hit one more time.
I haven't known what to say because I voted for Trump too over the weekend with my family. And he just spilled it, just word vomited because he was just getting so nervous about it. He couldn't keep it in anymore. So that's how I found out. And then I kid you not, it was a 2-minute breakup. I said word for word after he sent me that, oh boy, yeah, that about does it. And then continued to tell him how disappointed I was in him. And then I unadded him off of everything. And that's how it went. So yeah, easiest, quickest, breakup of my life.
Yeah. Some of these guys too, and I've been there, you just gotta stand. I'm not gonna let no bitch tell me how the fuck to feel, who to vote for, what's okay, and especially once you start making your own money and providing and shit, you're not gonna fucking tell me how to feel, where I can go, what's acceptable, who I can vote for, because they want to control everything. No.
How could you have paid attention in these last?
And the only thing, I don't want to sound I don't want to sound fucked up, but I'm saying some of these people, the only thing they have to offer is pussy. When you start making your own money, you have your own plate, you can. The only thing some of these women have to offer is their looks and pussy.
How could you?
Just telling you straight up.
In these last few months, in these last 10
that's all they have.
Years, and think that we all want the same things. My kids are going to lose federal funding for their schools. My books are going to be banned. My daughter's
federal funding for the books. I don't know. I have to pay for all this shit. Fucking Scholastic, the lunch, ice cream day. I have to put money in my daughter's funding. The school. I have to pay for all this shit. I didn't know people were paying. The government's paying for all this shit.
What? For their schools, my books are going to be banned. My daughter's safety is going to be put in jeopardy. My friends, if they have a miscarriage, won't be able to get care. My trans friends and LGBTQ friends are actively fleeing the country because they're fearful of their lives. I have a friend who's telling her daughter that she can't apply to certain schools because she doesn't know if it's safe for a brown girl to live there anymore. How?
That's just so wild to me that these people feel like that.
Cutthroat, man. I went to have like a sister day with my little sister yesterday. I go to pick her up at my parents' house. We're laughing, we're talking, we're all having a good time. She like got in the car and she turns, she looks at me, she's like, "Did you take your meds today?"
That's a valid question. Did you take your meds today? As if that's so wild, controversial, and crazy. Yeah, did you take your fucking meds today?
She was like, "You are flying high. Can you like chill?" Don't forget to take your meds. I forgot to take my meds yesterday.
Yeah, obviously. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much, but I like this. This channel is kind of funny. They got all the. Let's see.
Back. I want you to suffer as loudly as you can. Yes, I'm going to be right there suffering with you, but I didn't vote for this. I didn't want this to happen, but now that it is, and now that you were gleefully celebrating your own demise, now that your demise is coming, I want to bathe in your agony. I want to revel in your cries of despair.
Holy shit,
I will feed off of your hunger and your sadness. And I don't care what you call me for that, but I didn't vote for this. You did. So when you face the consequences of your own actions, I want to loudly hear you.
I was dealing with that like years ago. But like once I started doing YouTube and stuff, there's certain people out there like they want you to suffer. They hope you die. They hope like or there's people that like reach out, like send me a comment. Oh, you only do chases and that's all you're worth. Or like, imagine living and just doing chases for work. And I'm like, for the most part, there's some months aren't great, but I get paid pretty damn well. That's why I have fuck off streams. Sometimes I play music at the beginning because I don't give a fuck. I'm not rich or anything, but I do pretty well some months. And so it's fun to me that they like, listen, if I would make more like working in the office at the hospital like I used to, where I was miserable, I would do that, but I don't. I really don't. And so I guess they try to make you feel bad about that. I don't know. Oh, so what do you guys think about the Department of Education? Hoax said, I had a bird today who thought the Department of Education meant teachers would no longer exist. Are you kidding me? And we would have to teach our own kids. Listen, so you guys comment. I don't know too much. So the things that I've seen, we're one of the lowest, we're pretty low ranked in the world when it comes to education. And so the Department of Education, I think Trump and like Elon, some of these people, they're saying they're going to get, when they come in, they're going to get rid of it. But it's not just get rid of it. They said that they're going to allocate those funds to the state. So they're going to move. And to me, that makes sense. Because if you guys have been here all this time, and I forgot how much money it was. I don't know if it was 80 or 90 million. And you aren't doing shit. Yeah, maybe we should clean up house. Maybe we should get you guys, because people get comfortable. Even when Elon Musk bought Twitter and he came in and he fucking fired all these people, I feel like there's some situations where you have to do that. Where you got to start fresh and new. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And honestly, the schools and everything seems worse to me nowadays. I literally moved to where I live just because I saw the rating for my daughter's school. They said they have like a really good education. So I moved to this place for that. Now they're harassing me for fish tanks and shit. But I moved here because of that. You know, if you can do it, people can. I went to a regular, when I was growing up, I went to public school. It wasn't anything special. It was in New York, PS 207. Then I went to John Adams, and I went through all. I got into some fights. I didn't want to get into them, but I got into some fights growing up. That was just a part of like, but I feel like bullying is a different level nowadays because of social media. Like, 'cause social media makes things different. So it's not the same as it was back in the day, but like, I mean, I said it multiple times. There was this one time where this kid, okay, it was like Easter was coming up, and there was this, I got into the school bus, I put my book bag down, and there was this kid that came and sat right on top of my book bag. I thought the eggs were crushed. And so I snapped. I've never been a violent person, but I snapped because I cared about those eggs for Easter. And I punched the kid. I was a kid. I punched the kid in the nose. So I guess the school bus driver told the principal, I don't know, on the radio or something. We arrived and the principal was there. Hello? Hi? Sorry, I got a phone call. So yeah, so I punched this kid back in the nose, and we got to the school and we got out the bus. The principal was there, and apparently the eggs were never crushed. I snapped and the eggs weren't crushed. I felt really, really bad about that. And then there was this other time when this kid pulled on my pants in recess. He pulled on my pants. I don't think I was wearing box. I don't know what I was. My underwear didn't come down, but he tried to embarrass me. He pulled on my pants. Now I went to the kid. See, I really don't fuck with people until they fuck with me. So he pulled down my pants, and I turned around, and I went to that kid. I didn't punch him. I pushed him. This kid, I'm telling, he flew like some superhero shit. He flew across the floor, he skidded and all this shit. Never fuck with me again. And then there was these two Italian kids that like ripped my hat, and that's when my friend from New York, he was like, "Don't fuck with Mel because I'm gonna fuck you up," and they didn't mess with me again. I had a few incidents. I remember in high school too, John Adams, they had a metal detector and they had an X-ray machine. It's like you're literally going to the airport. And I remember like the first day I went there, somebody tried to pickpocket me. I was like, what? I was wearing a Fat Farm jacket back in the day. I guess people I had a nice jacket. He tried to like slide his hands like a snake, slide his hands into my pocket. So I slapped the shit out of his hand and I pushed it away. And the hallway was crowded. When I did that, this guy looked at me so crazy, as if I was in the wrong for defending myself. Luckily, we didn't get into a fight, thankfully, but he looked at me like I did something horrible. And then there was one time where I got kind of like knocked out at another high school, Aviation High School in New York. I think it's in Manhattan. Aviation High School. I think it's Manhattan. There was this kid that I was cool with. He had no problems. And we used to play handball. Aviation High School. It's in Long Island. There was this Aviation High School that I went to. I thought it was in Manhattan or I don't know. Let me see. Aviation High School, New York. It says Long Island. Oh, here it says Long Island. I went to the school and this kid was like, "Oh, you're talking shit about me. Why are you talking shit about me? Blah, blah, blah." He was taller than me and he had longer hands than me. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to see you after school." And so after school comes, I walk out the door and he's talking shit to me in my face. And at some point, his spit is flying into my face. And then he made like a jerking motion, like he was gonna punch me. So when he did that, I punched him. Again, I'm really not a physical person like that, but like I feel like if you keep fucking with me, I feel like with any person, if you keep doing that, at some point they're gonna snap back. And so he made like this jerking motion to scare me, and so I punched him. Man, this guy started swinging at me wildly, like a nut job, swinging. I'm trying to defend myself. I tried to take a couple punches at him, but he was wearing this, like, you know, New York. He's wearing this puffy jacket. I punched at his body a couple times, but this like puffy jacket just absorbed it. It was like nothing. I'm like, what the hell? And he caught me with one swing to my face. And at that point, I kind of blacked out midway to falling to the floor, midway. And I came back to midway. And that was it. The fight was over. And then when I got home, my mother saw it. She was like, Melby, I'm going to go up to your school. I'm like, no, Ma, please don't. Ma, please don't. Oh, no, she went up to the school. She went up to the principal. All this shit. This kid was apologizing. I'm sorry. All this kind of shit happened. I didn't want that. Like, I didn't. The bubble jackets. Yo, those jackets are impenetrable. I'm trying to punch this kid. He's absorbing it. What the hell kind of shit is this? I don't know. So crazy. But that was, I'm saying all that to say like that was a part of like growing up in school. I mean, I don't want people to get bullied horribly. You know, I think about my daughter. I don't want her to go through that stuff. But when I was growing up back then, that was a part of it. Like sometimes you get into fights, sometimes you get into this and that, and you kind of have to deal with it. And you either stand up for yourself or you don't. Even if you lose, at least if you stand up for yourself, it's something. You know, that's what it was back then growing up. I don't know.
And I waved back, and then I thought,
my God.
A very nice woman just walked by me wearing a red beanie. And she smiled and waved, and I waved back, and then I thought, are you one of them?
Shit.
Joy Reid, the angry black woman over on MSNBC, is getting increasingly more angry by the day because the orange man is back, and she's so unhinged, she's gone full-blown black separatist and even denounced white liberal women, saying that black people should separate themselves from the rest of us and only care about each other.
Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know.
Okay, we got it. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see here.
Soon because of this.
We've got to spend another minute on Joy Reid. It's a TikTok.
Yeah, Joy Reid is a nut job.
Situation.
And I think she's racist.
Until her ass is fired. It's just, there's no way MSNBC, which is in a full meltdown now about how bad their losses were, there's no way they can keep this woman. I realize they're in the same problem that the Democrat Party is. Like, they have a base that they need to keep. But she and her little friend, Ellie Mistal, are truly the most racist people on television.
We may see some other big brand names fired from MSNBC and CNN. You may recall that Don Lemon was fired not that long ago. Fredo, Brian Stelter, who was strangely rehired, maybe just as a source of entertainment for those at the network. And since the election last week, MSNBC has lost half of their viewers. Half! I'm sorry, let me be specific. More than half, 54.
Bully stream. Damn, Hoax said it was jumped 4 times. I had a couple of fights growing up. I don't know if it was 4 times like that. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. But I had people kind of try me. You know, those are those times when you're growing up, whether you're going to fight back or just lay down and take it. You know?
4% in a week. Stay tuned because there's plenty more to come in this video, but real quick, markdice.com just got the coming to grips with the black race.
Think of the demographics here. I mean, Trump got 1 out of every 3 voters of color.
No.
Yeah.
1 out of
33%.
No. Really? When you say
this guy's the most funny person to be talking at anybody, Charlamagne the God. When you can look up the rape allegations against him, and the charges he conceded to. And when I was covering that back in the day, Breakfast Club tried to they're trying to strike me and take videos down. But it's funny for me, for just this guy out of anybody to be talking about anything.
Color, you mean like black, brown, everything? Oh.
But thankfully, Joy is doing us a favor. She's encouraging her audience to stop interacting with us.
But I wonder if also, are people challenged with the idea of how do you interact with people who you know voted for this? Right? If you are an LGBTQ person and you know someone in your family voted essentially against your rights, or you're a woman knowing that, this man was calling people the B word.
Oh, you mean like every rapper on the planet in half of their songs, including Eminem, who was brought on stage?
Against your rights, or you're a woman knowing that, this man was calling people the B word.
Oh, you mean like every rapper on the planet in half of their songs, including Eminem, who was brought on stage with Kamala?
J.D. Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. Yeah. I know a lot of black women were incredibly triggered by that.
Now that's racist. Just calling someone trash is racist.
And meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash. Or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
Please stay away. Please.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think
entitled to your time. Yeah, I can imagine if one of these people in my family came up, you aren't entitled to my time. Because I would tell them, respectfully, I love my family, I would just say, I don't give a fuck. You're not entitled to my... Okay, go have dinner or breakfast or whatever event we're doing, Thanksgiving. Go do it by yourself then. We don't need you here. That's the fun, as if they're so special and we can't do it without you.
Push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be a blessing because I wouldn't have to spend so much money on food and drinks and also, if you go do your own thing, I would literally benefit and save money. Don't come to the event. Don't show up. I don't have to buy your Christmas present or your birthday present. Go do your own thing then.
So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends,
Thanksgiving dinner coming up in a few weeks,
who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood. And it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday.
What livelihood? The freebies from the government that the Biden-Harris administration has been handing out to the criminal invader illegal aliens? And now that Donald Trump has been elected, the reality is setting in that the Trump Justice Department is going to start going after the institutions and businesses that engage in systemic anti-whiteism.
Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly.
Hurt white people specifically, and Asians, especially with the affirmative action acceptance policy.
Okay.
Video, and then posted this reaction.
So in other words, reparations for white people.
Yeah, long overdue.
Reparations for white people? Oh my God. That's crazy.
Any comments on that, Trump likes?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's fantastic. And about time. You may recall that when Tulsi Gabbard left the Democrat Party, one of the reasons was not just their wokeness, but specifically their systemic anti-whiteism.
I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party.
No sane person can.
It's now under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers driven by cowardly wokeness who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism.
That's right, but around here we call it anti-whiteism. She'll catch up soon enough. It's only been just over a week since the election, and America is already becoming great again. And many of the Zoomers, Generation Z, are rising up and rebelling against the wokeness. Like this girl.
I don't care. It's happening. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. I'm done.
Just crashing out. Let me see. Paradise. Liberal posing as a MAGA streamer. I don't know if you're talking about me or Mark Dice, but I voted for Trump 3 times. I doubt you could say the same. And then she said, bully stream. This isn't politics. It's bullying. I don't know. How's the stream bullying? What are you talking about? How's the stream bullying? We're having fun. We're laughing. We're watching these videos. Having a good time. Bully stream. Where'd you come from? Twitter? Okay, let me see if there's any other clips. What do we got? Biden made a post. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Leftist women in America are really upset that Donald Trump won this 2024 election.
Let's be honest. It was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
That was Jimmy Kimmel.
You say he wasn't being bullied.
He might. I don't know his pronouns right now. He might actually identify.
Oh, shit.
I'm talking about the untouchable women who have been complaining online. You know, when I get really upset about something, the first thing I do is I go and set up a camera so then I can be upset in front of a camera. That's how you deal with things now. But apparently now these women are going on rants, long-winded rants on TikTok about how they have given up on men, how they're going to teach men a lesson because Donald Trump won this election. It's called the 4B.
The 4B movement, yeah.
I don't know. It's from Korea. It's not even. There aren't even B's in it. It's just how you pronounce the words from Korea. And I can't memorize this. I'm not a lunatic leftist, nor do I want to put in the effort to memorize the things that they're doing. So here's what it is. 4B. Because they culturally appropriated this from Korea. 4B is what it's called. It's a movement. It refers to 4 self-imposed restrictions. I'm not going to put this on a teleprompter. I'm not even going to bother a producer. That's how stupid this is. I won't even bother the producers of this segment to put it in a teleprompter. I just left it on my cell phone. So 4Bs. No dating men. It's called Biane. I'm going to pronounce these all wrong. B1, no dating women. That's Biane. A B2, no sexual relationships with men. I really don't think these women are having any problems. You have to have it to lose it.
I mean, some of the videos and pictures that I've seen from these people, I don't think they're going to have any problem. I don't think they had that problem before. Men have low expectations. I have seen some men, but I mean, the community of men, we're not going to lose out because you girls don't want to date or put out or whatever. That's fine. They're just going to move on.
No sex with men. Bisexual. No marriage to men. Look.
No marriage to men, bro. Once you start making the whole marriage shit, it's a marriage is a liability. Fuck, there's some benefit. How does it benefit me? You think it benefits me? No, it's a liability. We're not gonna marry. Good. We're not gonna marry men anymore. Okay. And
you don't have that problem. You have to, in order to give up something.
You don't even have to have money. You can have a house, you can have property, and they can screw you over. No.
You have to have it to begin with. Like for me, if I want to give up drinking. And I say, hey, I'm going to give up drinking for XYZ, I can do that because I can readily get alcohol. These women, they're not getting any of this. And no childhood. Bichul-san. Again, in order to give up on something, you had to have the ability to get it to begin with. For me, it's alcohol. I like drinking.
Okay.
And if I gave up on alcohol because I was upset about something, I could readily receive the alcohol to then give up on it. For them, they're not getting any of this. They're definitely not dating. They might be able to trick a couple of people into dating them to begin with. That's these apps. You don't hear or see crazy eyes necessarily on an app where you're swiping left or right. That's men's fault at that point. They're sexual relationships. Come on. No marriage with men. Nobody wants to marry these people. Nobody wants to marry them. No, I'm sorry. If you're one of these crazy women, look at me right now. Nobody wants to marry you.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to make a baby with you either.
Oh my God.
In order to have an abortion, in order to stand up for abortion rights, you have to have somebody willing to have sex with you. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Let's take a look at a few of these very fine coexisting women who have coexist bumper stickers on their Subarus or Priuses that don't want to coexist with anybody that they lost an election to see what they're actually saying.
I'm going to be honest, I was very blindsided by the results this morning.
What the fuck?
I've decided that cigarettes don't count today, and I honestly might go get a tattoo. But I also have decided that for the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And yeah, as a woman, my bodily autonomy matters, and this is my way to exercise sovereignty over that. So I highly encourage any other women that are single and care about progressing women's rights and still fighting for our bodily autonomy to do the same. Delete your dating apps, because we can come together in community, and if you need somebody to cuddle or hold your hand or give you a kiss, I bet you one of your girlfriends would do it, okay? And you don't even have to really be gay, okay? It's okay to have a lot of platonic love for the next 4 years. I think we can...
Well, you know, I don't know. Eventually, when the sex robots start replacing you, you know, there's these robots that are going to come about. Let's see if I can find a stream. I say this jokingly, but at the same time, like, some people, like myself, I don't want to deal with bullshit. So I don't know, if a robot one day comes to replace you, you girls don't want to complain all the time and don't want to do this, don't want to do that, and that's fine. That's completely fine, because there's robots coming to replace you, and they're gonna make it more affordable too. You're fine with these biological men replacing you in sports and beating on your kids and getting all these awards. That's fine. We're gonna have robots come and replace you, so there's nothing you can do that the robot can't do. The robot's going to replace you. Okay? Cooking, cleaning, putting out, sucking, whatever. The robot's going to replace your ass. And eventually there's probably going to be a payment plan that makes it affordable. Men can be replaced too. I guess so, Carly. I guess so. Maybe for the ladies, that's probably true. You guys don't really need a robot. I guess you could just have a toy. But I guess that is kind of true. Yeah.
can look to South Korea and the 4B movement as a point of inspiration for us.
So that one, see, she's just going to smoke cigarettes all day long, and she might go get a tattoo. The last time I was upset, that's perfectly logical. Last time I was upset, I did not smoke cigarettes all day and did not get a tattoo. But it just, you know, she just wants to have a tattoo to remember how much of a loser she is. And I can't fault her for that. How about this one?
All I have to say is good luck getting laid.
Carol says she wants a robot too to cook and clean. Jenna, thank you for the 5. Why do women like this think men can't live without them? Men care more than just... Honestly, that's one of my biggest arguments recently. I do care more about that. There's other shit. Especially when I'm dealing with a bunch of different things. Sometimes that's the last thing in my mind. Sometimes it really
Especially
is.
in Florida. Because...
Florida. They hate Florida too now.
Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement. That's my next plan. And I'm dead fucking serious.
Good luck having sex in Florida. I mean, number one is she looks 11. I think it's a little creepy. But if she's worried about women's rights, maybe in Iraq, where they've now lowered the age of consent to 9, maybe she should go protest that.
Where's that,
she
Iran?
looks so young, it probably...
I think it was Iran. Let me look at this. I saw a tweet about it. Iran, age of consent, 9. Yeah, I heard something about this. And again, these people, women's rights and blah, 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 they have nothing else to say about this. They should move to these countries that, you know, promote and condone this shit. They're trying to, apparently, I thought they're trying to push for this. Iraq to lower the age of consent to girls from 9. Isn't that fucking wild? Draft Iraq law allowing 9-year-olds to marry would legalize. That's wild. That's wild. Where's the outrage and the rights? Oh, my rights. This is my rights. That. I know it's another country, but they say they hate this country. Go move to that country. Iraq to legalize child rape. Go move to that country then and talk about rights.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. Florida, number one, totally dominated by Republicans. I don't think any Republican there is going to have any problems. Number two, look at the eyes on that. Guys, fellas, look at the woman that has those eyes. Take a look at those eyes. They aren't there to begin with. You don't want to participate with anything with that. You're going to end up in trouble. This is a lesson to everybody here. It's not just the crazy lefties. Take a look at the eyes. No, you don't want to be anywhere near that. How about this one?
I personally think that if all of these men are voting to take our rights away, they don't deserve to touch a woman for the next 4 years. So, hope you thought that through, you guys.
Okay, that's just another one that doesn't want to...
The best thing you could probably do, I mean, if you want to abstain, I've always talked about no fap. Yo, look at the shit that... Women might not relate to this, but look at the shit you will accomplish in your life. Stop having sex, stop masturbating, stop watching porn, stop doing all this shit, and look how productive you become.
Men don't deserve to touch women because... Again, you have to have the ability to have a man touch you in order to stop them from touching you. Also, if you actually cared about women's rights, why wouldn't you go to...
Prominent, and look at this story. Carly, I don't know if you've seen this yet. Wife of prominent trans writer hacked father to death. Maybe, I don't know if this is a story you sent me. Hacked father to death with an ice axe after Trump's election night victory. Wow. Okay. That's wild. All right.
Afghanistan. Why wouldn't you be upset about the Afghanistan withdrawal where women absolutely have zero rights now?
Zero rights. Sharia law.
They can speak over there without their husband or a man's permission at this point. They can't show anything in public. They're covered head to toe. They get no education. They can't drive. Hell, they can't do anything. They can't work. They can't do anything over there in Afghanistan because the Taliban have taken over. Women aren't upset about that. They're not upset about that at all.
Not that my content reaches a lot of men because I have an IQ of 130, but I want the men in this country to know that half the female population, we're dry. We're probably gonna stay dry. I'm dry, desert, baby, and I don't want it to change.
Oh, she has an IQ of 130. Whoa. I guess that's why I've never seen her content before, not because I would never subscribe to a crazy lunatic's page or even want to watch anything from her. Also, who the hell is she? But
She said we're dry. It is... No, I'm joking and laughing. Some people will not say like that, but joking and laughing. But there is a very serious movement about. I don't know if it's really a bad movement, but these women, they're saying they're not going to have sex, they're not going to date, they're going to cut off some of their body parts or get surgery, they're going to cut off their hair, they're not going to have babies. I guess to get control of what they feel they've lost control of. You know. And again, I mean, I don't know who there's not a shortage of women, just like there's not a shortage of men. You know, I think for one more, it's so easy for a woman to go get a man. It's like, it's not even a challenge. There's nothing special about it. But I think for men too, you don't have to do too much. Have a job, have a car, have a place to live, you know, and have some income, and just that alone, you'll be able to get some woman. But this whole thing, they think they're gonna blackmail men and hold you hostage, and because you voted for somebody or your family, they're gonna try to hold you hostage because of who you voted for. And I noticed with some of these people, their main thing, the only thing. Again, like I said, the only main things for some reason is abortion. And they're talking about children. I don't know why anybody would think about their child and having an abortion. But not only that, is sex. I notice a lot of these women, the only thing they have to offer is sex. So we're not going to have sex anymore with you. Okay, why is that the only thing you have to contribute to society? Some of them, not all of them, because there's a lot of great women out there that, you know, work hard, encourage men. I want to say that too for the ladies, you know. But like some of them, you can tell the only thing they have to offer is sex. It's like, okay, we're not having sex anymore.
130. We're going to start right there. She's way smarter than men because no man has an IQ of above 130. Also, who knows their IQ?
Like it doesn't matter if you take away abortion. Like, we'll want to have your babies even less, right? Even if you take away contraception, like, women are really good at celibacy because you guys are actually a threat to us. So we have a lot less to gain from you. So yeah, 4B all the way. Let's make some money, I guess.
Okay, just one more piece here because we went back to that clip again, and I didn't think we were going to go back to that clip. But if a woman believes men are a threat to them to begin with, stay away. Stay very far away. Never go out with this one. No. This one doesn't deserve any attention from men. That one's going to be a problem. I don't know why I have to tell you this.
Jennifer said, I wonder if your neighbors can hear what you're saying. I wonder too now after that fish tank ordeal. I don't know.
You would go out with her to begin with, but that one is going to be a problem. Suddenly this has turned into dating advice. It started with politics, but now because of this 4B thing and them saying they're going to be celibate and not date, it's turning into dating advice for men. Men who are watching these clips, I just want you to go back. I want you to review all of the women that I'm showing you here. I want you to take a really good look at them. Look in their eyes. Not mine, because mine are bloodshot from being hungover from partying all week. Take a look at their eyes very closely. They're all the same crazy eyes. This one believes, again, that she was going to have some sort of baby. She's not going to have a baby with anybody. She wasn't going to have an abortion at all. And keep in mind, this solves the abortion problem. All these women are the ones who are pro-abortion. If they're not getting laid, if they're not able to have children,
I know, that's
nobody's
true.
having sex with them, if they're refusing to have sex,
True.
They've solved the abortion problem. They've solved their health care issues.
It's weird to me, like the first thing on some of these people's mind is abortion. I'm not like anti-abortion, but I'm also not for it. I've known people that have had it and regret it, and like, or stillborn births. But like, I'm not opposed if somebody was raped, or there was like some type of incestuous, like, how do you say it? Incestuous, you know, incest type of thing. I wouldn't be against that, even though it's a very small percentage. But I think it's gotten to the point where some people use it as a contraceptive. It's promoted. Oh no, it's fine. No, no, girl, you don't have to worry about it. You know, I feel like it's gotten to a crazy point. You know, but I still feel like there should be some limitations. Like these people, like if you can't figure out whether you want your kid or not at birth. Let me pull. I played this video so many times, but if you can't, 9 months in, you're on the table, you're gonna have a baby, you can't figure out, you couldn't figure it all this time, but now that you want to like kill your child, you couldn't figure it out then. You want to do it now? Look, I played this clip so many times.
So I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So,
Because nobody wants it.
where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
About to give birth. Just woman, her face squints. Because any normal person, or anybody that's ever had a kid, or even any father, because I was there for my daughter, like, before she was born. I had a relationship with my daughter before she was born. I'd read books to her. I played music. There was even a couple of times, and her mother would even say, like, she'd be laying there, and I'd come into the room, and I'd come lay down next to her, and in her stomach, Maddie would literally shift over to the side of the bed that I'm on. But they want to tell you that that's not a life. It's just, you know, cells and stuff.
The birth. is about to give birth. She has physical signs that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
You see the squint right there? The squint?
She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would
I understand
make at
that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Right. You walk in. Right. And he gets even some more graphic detail. I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't want to like shame people, but I'm just saying that like they put it out there like it's like this. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, just what is a little percent? No, it's whatever. It's a life-changing decision, and way before my daughter was born, it's the heartbeat, the sonograms, all this stuff. I had a relationship before she was even born. I used to read books to her when she was in her mother's womb. I used to play music. I used to talk to her. She would literally, I have video. If I can find it, I don't know if I can find it right now on the stream, but there's been times she'll literally shift over to my side of the bed, from one side of her mother's stomach to the other side. And
they don't want it. So there you go. Celibacy cures abortion. Thank you so much, liberal women, and your 4B program, because now you don't have to have an abortion. You've actually solved the abortion problem in this country. You solved your own healthcare issues by not needing an abortion ever.
Yo, Capstar, you crazy.
You did it.
Are you feeling spicy? You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Buzz it down, right? I think that this is too... It's getting hair. Let's see here. Maybe I got to cut it. Here we go. Have I given up on America? I've also given up on coloring this hair because, right? Fuck coloring my hair. Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being skinny. Fuck being hot. Fuck being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Because clearly, they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you, too. Those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you did. Minorities who are so scared of a woman in power.
Minorities who are so scared of a woman in power. And what you did, the patriarchy?
Fuck being skinny, fuck being hot, fuck being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be.
I mean, you don't have to be all those things. There's a lot of guys out there that would accept you how you are. Even how she looks now before she cut her hair, like, it's fine. It's, I don't know, it's just wild to me. It's just kind of like this woman. And honestly, like, I've heard of horror stories where men, okay, the person that they're with, okay, she got pregnant and now she doesn't want the baby, so she's going to abort the baby and you have nothing to say about it. How horrible is that? Like, you want to have a kid with this person and they're like, well, I don't give a F about what you say. I'm just going to get an abortion. And I guess, yeah, her body, her choice. How many times has that happened? How many stories have you heard about that? And they just go ahead and abort it. There's nothing you can say, but they want to talk about their rights. Well, we have no rights when you're pregnant. I mean, it's a really complicated situation, but like, if they want to go ahead and abort the child, they can. There's no like, well, let me consult with the dad. Let me get permission. Let's sign a waiver or something. There's none of that happening.
Spicy. You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Buzz it down, right? I think that this is too... It's getting hair. Let's see here. Maybe I got to cut it. Here we go. Have I given up on America? I've also given up on coloring this hair because, right? Fuck coloring my hair. Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious.
And she says, fuck coloring her hair, but I've never really cared about hair coloring. Sure, if you get your hair done, that's attractive. But also, I've seen some women that have white hair in their hairs or mixed, and it looks attractive. I think sometimes that natural look, okay, you have some white hair, or it's all out white, or like mixed and stuff, it doesn't look bad at all to me sometimes.
Luxurious. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being skinny. Fuck being hot. Fuck being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Because clearly, they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you, too. Those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you do.
Oh my God. And even the ladies, you're all misogynistic. You ladies out there, that's crazy, right? You ladies are misogynistic. You're racist, homophobic. I don't know, whatever other label they can throw on you. Ras, what's up, man? How you doing? I think you've been here for a little bit. I want to expand in vitro model. We can make a choice to work together to transplant ongoing pregnancy from an unwilling. Oh, that would be, I don't know. Could they do that? That would be interesting. From an unwilling woman to a willing woman. Not pregnant and no loss of life. That would be so interesting. I don't know if they could do that. I don't know. Have you looked into that? But I've known many. Listen, I've known a lot of women that they were told they couldn't get pregnant, and they're really sad about it. And some women don't even feel like they're like a woman. They feel like they're less than. And I've also known women that they were told they couldn't get pregnant, and then they're knocked up, and they're pregnant. I had a friend of mine that passed away, sadly, but she was able to have 2 kids. What an abusive piece of shit, but she was able to have 2 kids. You know, I don't know. So
minorities who are so scared of a woman in power that you'd rather cozy up to the white man just in case some crumbs fall off his plate so that you may eat from them. Yes, scraps.
All right, and now this one's cutting her hair off. Now look, as someone who doesn't have much up here, I mean, I got enough, right? There's hair under the hat. You don't need to see it. You're going to have to take my word on that.
I want to see under the hat, but okay.
But she's cutting her hair off. Now, I've never been that upset that I would cut the rest of my hair off. That seems, I mean, look, I'm no psychologist, but this just seems like mental illness.
Ooh.
Again,
I can prep. Okay, thank you for the 5. I really appreciate that, especially on the 3rd channel. You know, I can prep says, can we stop giving crazy people our attention now, and can we celebrate and be hopeful that RFK Jr. is aiming to improve food for Americans? Yo, I'll clap with you on that, and I hope he does a good thing. I like that he's gonna get that position. Vaccines and food and health, because and Mustard, I know you could totally speak to this. A lot of the foods that not the foods, but the ingredients, a lot of the ingredients that we get here, it's like banned in other countries. And we're like the most obese country, right? Even when COVID happened, and they're just, oh, get the vaccine. But they didn't tell you, okay, be healthy. Go for walks, get some exercise, eat less fatty foods, maybe drink less alcohol, don't do drugs, take care of your health. No, none of that mattered. Just get the vaccine. Just take the shot. That's it. No, they never gave any health advice. What was up with that? So I'm hopeful about that too, RFK Jr. I like the things that I really do like things that he said, and I hope maybe he can make some change. I do. Bieber, love you. Hope you're doing good. But I like a lot of the things that he said, health wise, and that's why they hate him. His own family. So for the people that have had people in their family or friends disown him, I think RFK Jr., his family disowned him because, you know, he co-signed Trump. I think even before that, but he co-signed Trump. And then even after, I saw something today where he was like, you know, I doubted him, but like, oh my God, like I really, really like the guy.
I'm no pro, but Trump derangement syndrome is real. It should go into the DSM. That's the diagnostic system manual that psychologists use.
I think I need to pull out the DSM book. I bought it trolling. Was it like last year? I think I'm going to have to get the DSM-5 book out and put it somewhere behind me on camera.
It should be in there because if you're cutting your hair off and you're refusing to date, and you're talking about how you're smarter than people, and you're going through some sort of narcissism wave of back and forth. You actually even care that people might care for you being upset to the point that you set up a camera for attention. I think you have a disorder, and it's called Trump derangement syndrome. Now, I'm not just hating on women here, because a lot of women voted for Donald Trump. There's a lot of women in this very building where I'm filming right now that love Donald Trump. Yeah. We're all very excited that Donald Trump is the new president of the United States, number 47. We're very excited about that. And there's also this lady who watched enough of these videos to be able to come up with her own mocking of it. And it is...
Okay, I'm going to guide you through.
Oh.
Now.
This lady, I love this lady because she's really, really funny. And she's trolling these people that have been losing their minds.
Glasses. I don't know where you get these big glasses, but we all have them. So if you want to be one of us, you've got to find these somewhere in a store. I don't know where I got these, but everybody's got them. The septum piercing. Get that right away. For some reason, that unites us. The passport. Get your passport.
A lot of them do have this piercing in their nose.
You're going to need it. Plan B. Pharmacy right away. You've got to go to the pharmacy and get your Plan B. And most importantly, you cannot wear a bra ever again. Okay, and then there's this.
You can't wear a bra ever again.
Got to do this.
Yo! She strapped her shit too.
You've got to tape that baby up. You got to tape it up. I'm going to just tell you. The blue bracelet. Don't forget the blue bracelet. Don't forget the blue bracelet so we know who we are. Okay. I don't know where to get these glasses. We all have them, and I can't tell you where to get them. I don't know. But I'm going to get some duct tape. I don't have any duct tape right now. I only had the bag.
She makes a very good point at the very beginning there. I mean, where do they get those glasses from? To be honest with you, I love my glasses. I've kept the same style for years. At one point, these were classified as females' glasses, but now they're unisex. God bless. I guess I'm in touch with my feminine side. But does Donald Trump pose a threat to women in America? Well, maybe Susie Wiles might have something to say about that, since she's the first ever in American history chief of staff at the White House. So I guess that's they'll find a way to say that she hates women too somehow. That's the way they said that Hispanic voters apparently have turned on themselves and their people for voting for Trump.
And they're really, it's funny to me, but they're really upset with Hispanic people, and especially Latino men. I was talking to somebody. I don't want to say. I was talking to somebody, and they were just telling me because Latino men are tired of women telling them what to do. It's also like it's the communism shit, because even Miami turned red. That's one of my biggest points. Miami turned red, and I don't even like Miami. I try to avoid it. It's like this. I get there's a lot of young people going there, and they're going to party. And like Miami's like this cesspool. That's how I look at Miami, and it's not far from me. I don't like Miami at all, but even they voted red. And I was thinking it's probably maybe because of the Cubans and communism, and they don't want the same shit over there. They don't want that over here. And I guess, like I said, a lot of Latino people, because even back in 2016, even my family, they're very like, oh, we're Democrat, but your values, your morality, and everything else is conservative. It is. The things that I know, anybody that Latino growing up, most of them, a lot of their stuff is conservative. They just don't know it because we've been programmed. Well, you have to vote Democrat. Why? Oh, because because you're Latino, because you have a different skin shade color, because whatever it is they tell you, you're black, Latino, whatever, you have to just vote for them. And because they're offering you some free stuff. Kamala, that's one of the most incredible things to me. Kamala, I think she offered like $6,000 of like the child care stuff, I guess, on your taxes, and like $25,000 if you buy a new home. And people did not give a fuck because it's all a facade. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. You're going to have all this free stuff. All you got to do is vote for us. They do the same shit every time. It's the same. It's the same. It just gets so old to me.
I don't understand how they say that people are racist against themselves. Again, the left will do these mental gymnastics to get around the logic of how could XYZ demographic vote for Donald Trump? How could Donald Trump support and be loved by these people back and forth. I don't get it. Trump literally standing up for women more than I believe the left does. And you can argue with me on that one all you want. But I'm right, and you know it. So let's recap. Donald Trump hired the first female chief of staff in American history.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of controversy with this lady, apparently.
He also won the election, and he's going to be your president. If these women are worried about women's rights, maybe they should go to Afghanistan and stand up for the women there. Maybe they should go to Iraq and stand up for the women there. Maybe they should even go to China and stand up for the women there and their reproductive rights. But they won't. They won't. They'll take some Korean 4B thing, they'll culturally appropriate it, and they'll talk about how
culturally appropriated. Maybe that is a good thing to point out.
They were going to now not date men and not have sex as if they had an option to.
As if they had the option to.
Ability to do it before you can give up on it. Ladies, good luck coexisting in this new culture that we have in America. America's coming back. It's going to be great again. And if you don't want to be a part of it, I hear Canada's nice this time of year.
That reminds me of these people too from Canada. They're like, they had visas and they were like, oh, we'll do a false marriage or whatever just to get like into America. Please, we'll take it. Wow. Amazing. Let's see if there's anything else.
Longer support if you here's the list of celebrities.
Here's the list of celebrities to no longer support. Okay.
Here's the list of celebrities that you can no longer support if you supported Trump. Katy Perry, Jennifer Aniston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Bruce Springsteen, Martha Stewart, Oprah. There's a big one for you guys.
A big one. Eminem. I think it's funny that Eminem got paid the least. There's like a lot of other people that got paid higher than him. And Eminem, a shill, in my opinion. This guy used to say the most provocative shit back in the day. Horrible shit. But now he's like this liberal, like softy snowflake, and he wants to like make amends. Or the soft, I don't know. I don't like that guy, but I like his old music. I don't like his new music, but it's just funny to me. He got on the list of people that got paid. He was in the bottom toll, bro. That's where you're at today.
One for you guys. Eminem, Billie Eilish, Jamie Lee Curtis, George Clooney and Barbara Streisand, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kelly Rowland. The list goes on. And so we just kindly request that you remove these people from your music playlists and movie queues. Thank you. Here's the
and we hope that you remove them from your music playlist. That just does harm to these people. I don't know, but okay. 5 million. This is Megan Thee Stallion. She got 5 million from they're alleging from the Kamala Harris campaign.
Stop. I get money, I'ma stop.
Twerk that ass. That song is dope though. That's not her song, but that song is dope. Stop.
Keep up. He know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stack it up like Tetris, but this money ain't a game. Wasashi kawaii, eat halada. Drinking out the bottle, getting twisted Maritime. Big exotic herb, man, this a crop. Watch too expensive, ain't no way I'm getting clocked.
Twerk that ass.
If he need me, he gone. I got yen for your friends. If they pretty, go and tell me, Madam Boo, pouring sake in they mouth. Hey. I get money, I'ma stop. Yeah. お金稼ぐ。俺らはスター。お金稼ぐ。
Stop. Kira.
Okay. So that was Megan Thee Stallion. They're claiming she got 5 million. I don't know. Yeah, and Beyonce got even more. Carly says 15 million for Beyonce. She didn't even perform. But I think it's just telling that like they put so much money into these people. I love that they paid for all these celebrities, and at the end of the day, it just didn't translate to her winning the election. You know? I love that. Because people are done with these celebrities, because these celebrities aren't living the reality of people. They want to tell you the reality, but it's not the reality. People suffering and pain. Oh, they try to joke too. Oh, you guys are complaining just about rent, eggs, and bread. Oh, it's more than that. But these people don't have to live that life. They don't live that reality. Crazy. Wendy, thank you so much. Oh, I have another video for you. Wendy got another video for you. Hold on. Let's see.
That those chicks are so pissed that Trump would shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a sex strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place. I don't know what you're doing going on a sex strike. Some of you really need a hunger strike. Those chicks are so pissed that Trump would shaving their heads, screaming that they're going to go on a sex strike. You can't threaten people by taking something away that no one wanted in the first place. Also, I don't know what you're doing going on a sex strike. Some of you really need a hunger strike.
I saw that earlier today. I thought that was funny. Oh, this was a really good clip. I posted this to Twitter, but check this out. I reposted it to Twitter.
Edited a video to make it appear as though Trump impatiently dumped a box of fish food into the water in Japan. The full video showed Trump had simply followed the lead of Japan's prime minister.
He's racist!
In June 2017, NBC News reported that Russian President Putin said he had compromising information about Trump. Actually, Putin said the opposite.
Do you have something damaging on our president?
Well, this is just another load of nonsense. Where would we get this information?
The New York Times and CNN shared a story with photos of immigrant children in cages. It turns out the photos were from 2014 during the Obama administration. In November 2019, Newsweek falsely reported that President Trump was spending Thanksgiving golfing in Florida. He was actually in Afghanistan serving dinner to U.S. troops. Good morning. CBS aired a story in March of 2020, supposedly showing a New York hospital crowded with patients.
It's all hands on deck in America's hospitals.
I remember this.
It was actually file tape from Italy. A week later, CBS News mistakenly used the Italy video again.
I remember that.
In May, the BBC and The Guardian reported because Trump wasn't wearing headsets, he didn't bother to listen to the translation of a speech by Italy's prime minister. But Trump was wearing his earpiece in his right ear, as always, said the White House. Newsweek reported Poland's first lady refused to shake Trump's hand, but later acknowledged she did.
And that's the thing with like social media too. It's like people run with the headlines, but when it's corrected, if it is corrected, nobody really cares after that. You know? Oh, this was so funny. Oh my God. I retweeted this yesterday. This is a satire. Babylon B. Satan devastated after Kamala loses election. Hold on.
Oh, that's good. That's nectar of the demons. Well, no beating around the bush, okay? We lost the 2024 election, but this it's been one heaven of a week. Okay, I just want to say up front that I'm super proud of our team. I mean, the lies, the chaos, the hysterical push to trans everyone's kids and put tampons in the boys' bathroom. we did our best. We did our best. And unfortunately, God and the Republicans just played a better game out there. So I guess we'll take some questions.
What do you think went wrong there? It seemed like Harris and Walz were the perfect candidate.
Honestly, I could have run a drug parakeet and it wouldn't have made a difference. My Democrat followers will vote for anyone who promises them the right to kill their kids. So the good guys they just wanted it more, I guess. You know, the match was just kind of unfair, okay? It was a little uneven. I mean, it's not on their side. They had the truth, the Constitution, they have prayer, and they have Zachary Levi, you know, the guy from Tangled. And at last I've seen the light. Anyway, I know that we on our side have a lot of talent. Okay, we've got MSNBC, Joy Behar, Rachel Maddow, CNN, crying Jimmy Kimmel, and all those demon-possessed kids on that they, thems that they're screaming on TikTok right now. It's like, you know, great prospects. A lot of upside coming up through the farm leagues, you know. So.
What are the plans for the Hell franchise moving forward?
Bright future. Bright future. We'll keep trying to convince everyone that Trump's Hitler. You know, actually, this is kind of funny. We got Hitler in a special torture chamber right over there. And he hates it when we compare him to Trump. It's funny. He's like, I'm the most evil. I'm the Führer. He's just an orange reality star. It's classic. It's classic. One of the few points of joy in my life right now. Anyway, we'll probably just try to keep throwing Trump in jail and stuff and do a few more assassination attempts. Run a last ditch Hail Mary, pick six.
Wow.
I mean.
What's the game plan for converting Republicans to your cause?
Well, actually, you know what? We did make some good headway in this arena. We got David French to do that whole evangelicals for Harris thing. So it's really hard to say that with a straight face. So getting Christians to vote for a woman who supports baby murder is just like, we have, let's see, we have Liz Cheney. I love her. Anyone that's a friend of war is a friend of mine. We'll just keep pushing the woke agenda to the schools to try to brainwash Republicans' kids on TikTok. You know, it's kind of like, we're coming for your children. But for real, we are actually coming for your children.
Any other upcoming plans you can tease?
Well, I mean, actually, in the next 4 years, it's obviously going to be a rebuilding year. But I mean, that doesn't mean that we're not going to compete and do a quality product and put it out there on the field.
I didn't know that, Ross. Hitler was a lefty in the first place. I didn't know that. Interesting. I saw that the other day. I thought it was really funny. I follow the Babylon Bee. I think some of their content and videos is pretty funny sometimes. Cardi B. Let's see, hold on.
Keep y'all pussy on WAP, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you bitches got the that dry ass pussy because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you born with it, it's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas. And y'all bitches is shy.
The same woman that talked about drugging men. It's so wild to me. You can literally look up Cardi B and she talks about drugging men. And you're the political, I don't know, connoisseur. Like,
you know what I'm saying? A lot of you bitches got the that dry ass pussy because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you born with it, it's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas. And y'all bitches is shy to tell these niggas that they dick is hot. You gotta tell babe, yo, your dick smell like mustard, my nigga. You wanna throw my pH balance off.
I wanna tell Cardi B something. You need Hydroforce with all of the highest quality electrical.
What, he has a product for Cardi B?
And vitamins and minerals.
Yo!
Keep your big fat pussy
crazy.
Clean. And a lot of those women, you know, out there that have this issue that she's talking about need Hydroforce because it's a really good quality. But everybody else needs it.
I can't. It's going crazy.
So you can go to thealexjonestore.com and get your Hydroforce, get your ultimate CMOS. It's got highest quality organic iodine, all these other trace vitamins, minerals. It's the superfood, super hot thing. We private label it, one of the top companies in the nation. So when you get ultimate CMOS, it's an amazing superfood. And it's good for all of your glands and all of your body, and your immune system and everything. Your brain cells, your eyes, your intestines, you know, your skin, and other parts. So That's my message to Cardi B. Cardi B, you need ultimate CMOS, and you need Hydroforce, and you need gut cleanse, and you need probiotics.
Wow.
While you're eating all that stuff you were talking about. The ribs and the macaroni and everything else. I hear I'm getting hungry. Well, that's what you got your probiotic for, to help make sure little good bacteria help process. Oh, you're like, bacteria in my gut. Well, you're pretty smart. You probably know about that. You were telling people, other girls about stuff. So it's all available. Everything for Cardi B, everything for Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi and Liz Cheney. All you girls that want to be healthy. You don't want to take those COVID shots. You don't want to drink that fluoride. You want to listen to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You want to go to the AlexJonesStore.com.
That's a really funny ad. But honestly, with Alex Jones, I thought I saw the other day, like isn't Infowars like up for auction? Infowars auction. I thought they were like selling his shit. Which, by the way, I don't support what he did with Sandy Hook. I don't like that at all. I feel like he's been on point with a lot of things, throughout history. He was on point with a lot of shit, but I can never condone and support like the Sandy Hook shit that he did. Like, I don't know why he went that route. That's really unfortunate that he did that, with the parents and the victims. And but yeah, they're saying future of Alex Jones, Infowars in the hand of bidders. Some type of auction going on. That's what I'm hearing. Bidding was today? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not cool with that at all. Like fucking, like mocking victims and whatever. But with the stuff in the past, a lot of the stuff in the past, he was on point. I like to watch him from time to time. I do follow him, but I could never get down with like fucking people, like people's kids. Like it was a really horrible situation. That shooting. Okay, let me see.
He's not even in office yet, and I just got laid off. And I'm in healthcare. I thought that would be a safe field. If healthcare's not a safe field, what? Good luck. He's not.
Rest says he lost sight of the truth, caught up in playing the character, seeking views and clicks and clout. He got bit hard. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got caught up in that. I agree with that. It's true. Let me see if there's anything else. I've been seeing that for like 30, 40 minutes, but like I keep finding things that's interesting to me. Ooh, Tulsi. Okay, Trump appoints Tulsi Gabbard as DNI. What's DNI? Director of National Intelligence. Let me tell you something. I really like Tulsi. And I do think she's attractive. She's attractive, but it's not just because of that. I really like that. I feel like she was like a decent person, and I probably would have voted for her, but she got screwed over. I like Tulsi Gabbard. I feel like she would be like a decent person for like the Democrats, like somewhere in the middle, whether it leans left or right. I feel like the problem that they have is that they're going crazy, leaning to the left, appealing all these people. I like Tulsi, and I've liked her for a long time. I think she's great. And I like that Trump is positioning some of these people that vouched for him. Director for Intelligence, National Intelligence. Okay. I like what she does. I think she's from Hawaii, right? She's from Hawaii. She was in the military. I saw her debate Kamala, and I thought that was epic. And check this out.
Are you worried? Do you think that they will come up with a reason to prosecute you? I mean, you are somebody that Donald Trump was attacking on his social media.
This guy Scaramucci, what was his name? Anthony Scaramucci. He's a really like bitter, like he's super bitter, hates Trump. Let me see if I can find the clip. Let's see if I can find this.
Media site this week, maybe yesterday. I can't. It all blurs together. Yesterday, I think it was. Yeah,
48 hours. The love affair. The love affair continues. Just remember, people that are attacking you on their Twitter sites, they're thinking about you, Jake. So the love affair between me and Donald Trump continues. So
that's a nice way to think of it. But I wonder, are you lawyering up?
Listen. I'm not lawyering up. I've never lived in fear. If they want to come after me for exercising my First Amendment rights, guys, come after me. Let's go. We'll
This guy, so he said that Trump attacked his wife or something. I understand if he's standing up for his wife, but this guy's super. I mean, I've seen the video from years ago. He's this little bitter, super bitter guy.
Philosophy and certain principles. But I think that the reason why I wanted to come on your show is that what we have to do is we have to break down the stereotypes that we have of each other, and certainly what we see of each other on social media, what we may see of each other on television or even radio. And I think as we get to know each other better, what happens is you get a mutuality of respect and you get a mutuality of potential cooperation long term.
Right. You're absolutely right. Is a man trustworthy?
It should be, yes. Absolutely.
Would a man ever turn on a friend? Let's say that you work for me. You and I agree. But
just listen to how he sets all this up.
Something went wrong. We disagreed on something, and you left. Would you ever turn on me?
Well, I believe in reciprocity. You know, I don't believe in asymmetrical relationships. I believe that relationships have to be symmetrical. So would I turn on you? No. But if you turned on me, okay, you would definitely lose my support. You would definitely, there's no asymmetry to loyalty. There's no asymmetry to friendship. It needs to be symmetrical.
Are you a man that can be trusted?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so now you're supporting the Democratic Party by supporting Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a far left liberal radical. He doesn't know if it's night or day, it appears. Right. And he's supporting abortion. He support abortion. He support homosexuality, same-sex marriage, and all that. Let me just finish. And you are now supporting that by supporting Joe Biden. Are you?
So Capstar, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what that is. So maybe I need to look into that. DOGE versus gay. It's a gay. GAO. Should GAO be dissolved? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a hyphen for something else. So maybe you can DM me and like I'll read about it and like maybe you can educate me on that. The Department of Health is an interesting thing to me though. The Department of Health, I talked about it earlier, but like I don't know, I'm not so opposed of them getting rid of that, but like the Department of, what is it, Government Efficiency. So I heard that like Elon and Vivek, they're going to be appointed to that. I'm not sure. Are they going to be appointed to that position?
And it appears that you have turned on President Trump. You turned on the Great White Hope.
You're a turncoat.
Oh, right. And you turned on conservatism. Could you be trusted now?
Fake ass. I don't trust your ass. No.
Well, certainly I could be trusted. Yeah, because I didn't turn on anything. Actually, what I'm more concerned about is the country and the institutions of our democracy, and I'm more concerned about the 244-year experiment that is America and the threat that President Trump represents to that democracy. And so that supersedes political philosophy. That's more of a systemic issue. But Trump turned on me first. I didn't turn on him.
And that's why you turned on him, because you believe he turned on you?
No. You're not allowed to attack my family members from the presidential Twitter feed. So what happened was Mr. Trump went after the squad, 3 African
the squad. That's true.
American women and one Hispanic
woman. Those women are evil.
but they have a right to be in the country. They're born in the country.
The president has a right to say what he wants to say about them. And if those women,
listen,
he didn't turn on them by being honest about them.
No. You see, now we're getting, you see, it's your show. So if you want to talk over me, you can. But if you want to hear my...
This guy is so bitter because I saw him on Piers Morgan recently, and he was like, "Oh no, I would congratulate Trump, and I've never had anything bad to say about him. I never had a problem, but he always has." But according to Anthony, he said that Trump went for his wife, supposedly.
My point of view, I'll share it with you. It's up to you.
Oh, I want to know, as a man who is a Catholic and married with children, can you be trusted now that you have gotten on board with Joe Biden and the Democrats? Can you be trusted?
Absolutely. Can the president be trusted? He's told 22,000 lies since he got the office. Can the president be trusted? He's taking mail sorting machines.
22,000 lies
out of the U.S. Post Office to try to contrive the election. Can the president?
How many lies have you told since turning on the president?
How many lies have I told?
Yes.
I'm not telling any lies, bro.
How many lies have Joe Biden told?
Look at my face, my man. I'm 56 years old. I don't need to tell any lies.
How many lies have Joe Biden told since running for president?
Well, less than Trump.
How many has he told?
I have no idea. He's a politician.
So yeah, you have no count. But you have Trump's count, but you have no count of Joe Biden.
Why is it that you know how many the Great White Hope have told, but you don't know how many Joe Biden have told?
He's not the Great White Hope, my man. He's a very dangerous guy.
No, but I'm asking you, you know how many, quote unquote, how many the president have told.
It's not the Great White Hope. You don't go after the institutions of the country. He swore an oath. You want to talk about a disavowal?
I know, but you didn't answer my question. Why is it that you don't know how many lies Joe Biden have told, but you know how many lies the Great White Hope have told? Why don't you know how many lies Joe Biden told?
Well, I'm probably paying closer attention to President Trump.
But you should pay closer attention for Joe Biden since you're supporting him now.
You're missing something that I think is very, very important in the conversation. The first test as a patriot is, do you believe in the constitutional system and the diffusion of power and the separation of powers that have made us all free, that have allowed me to live the American dream the same way you have? Do you believe in that, yes or no? If you believe in that, then you can't impart your religious views on others. Your religious views are your views and the views of your family. If you don't believe in that, then that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion under the process of freedom of speech.
My concern is greater than that, Anthony. My concern is greater than that because what I've noticed is that people such as yourself, they pretend to be conservative Republicans, and when things don't go their way, they jump ship, they become rhinos, and they support the Democrats. We need a government that works for the people.
He's really upset about that because he rolled his eyes. But I think this person here, Anthony, he's a fraudulent person. Bitter, upset, angry. And then when Trump won, I saw some interview he did recently. He was like, "Oh no, I congratulate them." Super bitter, turncoat, somebody that goes where the wind blows. There's nothing there's nothing stable. There's no he's fickle and goes wherever the wind blows. There's no dedication, no nothing.
And not against them. And I can understand that maybe you disagree.
We got to get rid of President Trump.
I can understand that maybe you disagree with the president, but I don't understand what type of person would go out and support.
He's not even letting him talk.
Hold on a minute. I don't understand what type of person would go. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on, Anthony. I can't trust a man that would. I understand you disagree with the president. You got fired, you disagree. But you went from pretending to be a Republican to so totally supporting a far left liberal radical party like the Democratic Party. it says a lot about your character, and I don't know how you hold your head up knowing that we can see both sides of you now. How do you live with yourself like that?
I live with myself just fine. How do you live with yourself supporting that guy, man? That's a dangerous.
You literally try to work for him, and now all of a sudden you have a change. I don't understand these people. You literally try to work for him. Now you have a change of heart. He's a blow of the wind type of person. He doesn't stick to any of his ideologies. Wherever the wind is blowing, he's fickle. I can't stand people like this. That's where they go. They don't mean what they say. They just float on the water, whatever's acceptable at the time.
This guy, he's destroyed your economy.
But you pretended to support him at one time. Were you pretending?
You work for him.
No. My support, as your support should be as a citizen and a voter, should be conditional upon performance. He doesn't have unconditional support from me. He's not my family member. He's not my wife. He's not my brother. He was hired to do a job. Keep America safe, make America richer, spread out the wealth in America, strengthen our alliances around the world. He's made America weaker. He's made America sicker. He's made America poorer. He's classically.
But you're going after. You're not just going after the president. You're trying to help support destroying the whole country.
He bullies his private citizens from the presidential Twitter feed.
Anthony, because of time, those are talking points. Because of time, those are talking points. I want to ask you.
Those are not talking points.
Those are talking points.
Facts.
Joe Biden blamed the president for all the terrorist attack upon America by the far left liberal radical.
1,000% his fault.
Let me.
1,000% the president's fault.
Hold on. Hey, Anthony. I haven't asked a question yet.
He won't even let him finish talking.
The economy.
Anthony, I haven't asked a question.
No, but it's the president's fault.
Far left liberal radical Black Lives Matter is a radical organization that was founded by fat black radical lesbians and Antifa radical white people. Joe Biden and the Democrats are allowing these things to happen in the city. They're doing nothing to stop the violence. And they blame it on President Trump. Do you agree with that?
I do disagree with that, yes.
You disagree with Joe Biden?
No, I disagree with what you're saying.
What am I saying that you disagree with?
Well, the Black Lives Matter movement is not as radicalized as you're professing. Joe Biden is not as radicalized as you're professing. And the racial tension in the country has been exacerbated by President Trump, not made better. And the fact that he mishandled the economy.
And anybody that's followed the Black Lives Matter movement, how many of these people have been accused of stealing from donors, right? Misappropriating funds, doing all kinds of horrible shit. They're scammers. They're scammers, but because it's a race thing, you can't say nothing. These people, I knew it a long time ago, but of course, it came out more recently. Accused of stealing donors' funds, scammers, people buying houses, mansions, scamming people, but you can't say nothing. Like what? It's crazy to me.
He blew up the economy. And during the Obama administration, you had 4.7% unemployment when Obama left, and you've got 10.2% unemployment. And you talk about conservatism.
You're not an honest man. That's why I call you a beta. I call you a beta male because you're right on now, and I'm disappointed.
All right. Well, let me tell you. So I appreciate you bringing me on. And what happens in our society today is because we're not going to stipulate what the facts are. We're going to argue about the facts. So therefore, you can't even have a fair and honest debate.
But you're blaming the far left liberal radical.
I'll tell you why I respect you, though, because you were coming after me on Twitter, which is your right to do. I'm a public figure, and I messaged you to ask you to have me on your show, and you accepted that. So I respect you for that. We're going to disagree, and here's what we should do. Let's make a deal together, okay?
All right.
Why don't we do this again after the election?
That'll be fine. Yeah, absolutely. Do you agree with me that one of the best things that the Democrats have done to assure that President Trump is reelected is allowing the violence in their cities and states that they control, that they are causing more people to vote for President Trump than probably would have voted for him before?
Okay, so you're believe it or not, you and I are gonna actually agree on that. I think that the way they're handling the riots, which to me they do seem organized and they seem somewhat planned, which should scare everybody, but the way the riots are being handled and the way the left, whether it's Bill de Blasio or others, have handled these great cities has been a systemic failure. So you and I are going to agree on that, actually. We agree on that.
Do Black Lives Matter?
Do Black Lives Matter? Of course Black Lives Matter.
And what does that mean, Black Lives Matter?
Well, I don't know what it means to the organization known as Black Lives Matter, but I know what it means to me.
What's that?
What does it mean? That there's a sacredness to life, and that if we have racial tension that's dividing America, and that whether it's fact-based or feelings-based, it really doesn't matter. If you've got a large group of people, particularly in the African-American community or the Black community, that feel threatened by police officers in a different way than white people feel threatened by police officers, we have to address it. We have to heal that, and we have to make it better. So blue lives matter to me, Black lives matter to me, white lives matter to me.
Do all lives matter?
All lives matter to me, absolutely.
So let me ask.
Life is sacred on our planet, but if you're asking me, do we have racial tension in our country? Yes, we do. I grew up in an area where there were blacks and whites. We had a lot of racial tension. Should we have had it? No. Am I older and more mature now? Absolutely. Would I like to see it better for all people? I would. Would I like you and me to be judged by the content of our character and not the color of our skin? Absolutely.
So let me ask, if Black people were to get married, fathers and mothers set a good examples for their children, would Black people be better off or worse off?
I don't know the individual. If you're saying, is it better for children to be in nuclear families versus not nuclear families? In some cases, I believe that that's the case.
How is that even questionable?
In some other cases, if a woman is married,
I just step away for a minute
to somebody violent.
No, but I'm going to ask you a simple question. If Black people got married and fathers and mothers set a good example for their children, raised them, be a good example, taught them to work, be responsible, to treat all people the way they would like to be treated, would Black people be better off today or worse off?
Yeah. Again, I think you're making an overly generalized statement.
Answer the fucking question.
No, I just would like a yes or no to the question.
Generalized answer would be yes.
So why aren't you people pushing that rather than all of this fake ideal about racism, police brutality, slaverism, and all that? Why aren't you pushing, hey, you Black people, you need to go back to family? Because when I grew up on a plantation, as you know, I guess, I grew up under the Jim Crow laws. And I was born on a plantation. We worked the plantation. I remember for blacks only signs and all that. But because Black people got married, they were taught, they worked hard, they bought land, they treated all people the way they would like to be treated. They didn't blame other people. They didn't blame the white folks and all that. Black people were doing very well. It didn't change until the fake civil rights movement started, which should have never happened. That's when blacks gave their lives over to the so-called black leader and the government. And it's just been downhill since then. Why aren't you people promoting family rather than all this other false excuses?
Don't overgeneralize, Jesse. You can't say you people because it's not me.
I don't hear you promoting family for.
We have to generalize. Yeah, you people.
The Black people.
Well, it's not just for the black people. I promote family for all people.
But I don't ever hear you promoted for the black. You're blaming President Trump for something he has nothing. Black people have been tripping for 70 years now, and you're saying
President Trump puts out a tweet that he wants to knock out lower income housing.
I do
in
too.
Suburbs. I'm sorry?
Would you rather for black people to live in low-income houses or work hard, buy their own home, and live like normal people? What would you prefer?
Well, I would like everybody to live.
How about the blacks? How about the blacks?
But again, it's all people. But what you're missing.
How about the blacks, though? I'm asking about the blacks.
My family didn't start with any money.
I know that. The blacks can do the same.
But I got buddies of mine that were in lower income housing in the neighborhood I grew up in that went on to live the American dream.
So why don't you recommend that to Black Lives Matter rather than this fake idea about racism and police brutality? It's not real. Do you agree with me that
there's no fear for African American young men when they are interacting with the police?
Absolutely no.
Okay.
Absolutely no. Are you surprised that Joe Biden? Are you surprised? It's a lie. Black people are not afraid of cops. They're lying to you. And if you notice, Anthony, the people who are getting hurt or affected by cops, which is minor, they're overreacting. They're not following the instructions of the officer, and they're all
crazy
thugs and criminals. Decent black people are not being affected by cops. Have you noticed that?
Well, Doc Rivers, whose father was a cop, says that he has to have a conversation with his children related to the potentiality of them being stopped by police officers.
But you're not answering my question. I asked, have you know?
It's crazy to me that these people won't answer the question. I'm a first-time dad. I grew up. I had a lot of shitty jobs, and I got a better jobs, and then look what I do. Thank God, luckily. And even that can be taken away from me. YouTube, that can be taken away from me. But I was never taught to feel like I'm less than, and I have to beg the government for help, and let me get some handouts, and please, and no, and it's racism, and I can't do this, I can't do that. I couldn't imagine. I guess some of these people that raise their kids, they can raise them on that thought and ideology. You're less than, I could never, even my child, my daughter, I could never tell my child or people, you're less than. And you're there's this plight. No, work fucking hard, grind for the shit that you want, and maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you have to switch it up, change careers. But these people that want, I'm telling you, it's just it's so pathetic to me. They want handouts. They want everything for free. They want government assistance. It's just so, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just saying I could never fucking do that. Never. And I wasn't raised like that. Go to school, work hard, go for what you want. Things might work out, they might not work out. But this whole thing of you're less than, and it's the white person and the white man. To me, it's just so pathetic. I can imagine having that mentality. I couldn't imagine having that mentality. It's so abstract for me and wild because my mother didn't raise me like that. You work hard for the shit that you want. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. That's just life, and it's really tough. Things don't work out. Whatever. Even YouTube, I maybe one day it won't work out. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to work a regular job. But the shit that I'm expecting the government to pay for my shit, or that the president he's gonna pay for my stuff, I don't even know what that's like, because I've never been raised in that. I've never in my entire life, and I'm grateful that I wasn't raised like that. I feel sorry for the people that believe that.
Notice that these
are black people. Answer because Jesse, I don't know the answer to your question. Okay, I'm telling you my observation is some of what you're saying is true, and some of what you're saying is not true because.
What have I said that's not true?
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, you said that good people, or
decent blacks,
are not affected by the interaction with police.
That's why the decent black want cops in the community. It's the thugs.
Okay, but Doc Rivers is an example.
Yeah, who would be upset about cops in your community? That's
crazy. He gave a speech last week.
What do you say about the thugs who hate cops, but the decent black people, Black Lives Matter, the radical far left, fat black lesbians, they want to defund cops, right? But decent black people want cops in the community. So if decent black people want cops, who do you support? The decent blacks or the far left liberal radical like Black Lives Matter?
I support decency around the board. It doesn't matter.
So do you want to defund the cops?
Do I want to know? Joe Biden doesn't want to defund the cops.
Well, why hasn't he denounced that?
Of course he has.
When?
He said it again. It's in the platform of the Democratic Party.
No.
Clyburn said it. Joe Biden said it. None of these guys wanted to fund the cops.
Let me ask you this. The Democratic Party voted.
Fracking? Trump says that Biden's against fracking. Joe Biden's out there yesterday saying he's for fracking.
Anthony, the Democratic Party, that guy, Doc Rivers, I kind of remember who he is. He's a weak guy. He's evil. I wouldn't follow him. Don't listen to him, Anthony. He's a beta male. But let me ask you.
Don't be demonizing people, my man.
No, he's a beta male. Let me ask.
Don't be demonizing people.
No, I'm calling it out as it is. He's evil.
No, you do a little bit of demonization there. Don't do that.
He's evil. That's the guy that cried on the camera, right?
We're all human beings. Don't be demonizing.
Isn't he the guy that from the NBA that cried on camera?
Yeah, you cannot.
He's a beta male.
All right, man.
But let me ask you.
I see where you're going with all this. Do me a favor, though, because I had an 11:30 meeting.
Yeah, I know. Let me ask you really fast. The last question.
I don't want to be rude to you, but the flip side is I want you to invite me back after the election.
And you will come back, right?
Will I come back? Yeah, 100%.
One last quick question. The Democratic Party voted in the last election to get rid of God as a platform, as a part of their platform with the Democratic Party. They voted that at their convention. Do you support that?
I don't support that, and what you said is not true.
It is true.
They said the Pledge of Allegiance all 4 nights under God. All 4 nights. There's actual videotape.
They want to get rid of under God and the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you support that?
They said the Pledge of Allegiance.
Anthony, you're not an honest man.
All 4 nights.
Come on.
Your wife don't like honest men, dishonest men.
Yeah, I'm not being dishonest, though. All of that's factual. So you got to be careful when you file Trump because he's telling so many lies and he says them so many times over and over again, you can start to believe
I can't trust you. You turn on a friend.
Yeah, you're a turncoat. You're a backstabber. Nobody can trust your ass.
Even if you don't disagree, if you disagree with him, I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't go out and put.
Hey, Jess, you don't go after my family members on the presidential Twitter feed.
I wouldn't go out and put down the man that gave me a job either.
Before I go, Jesse, do I look like Ted Cruz to you?
No, that's for sure. No.
You don't go after my family members on the presidential Twitter feed without having a fight with me.
But you turned on your boss.
I didn't turn on him. He turned
on me. A real man would not go out and turn. He would have appreciation for the job, but he wouldn't turn on.
Never go after my wife on the presidential Twitter feed, man.
Prediction: will the president be will the Great White Hope be reelected or no?
Oh, he's going to get annihilated.
No, he's going to be reelected. I'm going to have you back.
Let's go.
You'll invite me back after he loses so badly, and then we'll have the aftermath conversation of why he lost so badly.
We'll have you back. Thank you.
Okay. I might have to DM JLP and his team.
Amber Rose is
because I would love for them to have this guy back on.
He's also a mother, activist, entrepreneur, and TV and radio personality.
First of all, I'm a feminist. I believe women all the time. I give women the benefit of the doubt.
Even when they're lying?
Sometimes there's just not good people in the world and they lie, but I believe women all the time. I give women the benefit of the doubt.
I find it hard to believe that women are afraid of quote unquote powerful men because they tend to have the women tend to have an agenda. They want either to be famous as want these things to happen.
No, honey. No, that's not the case at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you trust a woman that does not keep her word?
Let's say I'm a regular girl, right? I don't have money like that. Right. But everyone is telling me, including my lawyer, okay, you're not going to win this case anyway, so you go back to obscurity and because they don't have enough to fight for it.
So would you trust a woman that does not keep her word? Let's say that you hanging out with a man. How does a man prove his innocent?
Okay, I'm going to explain.
Suppose that happened to your son. You have a son, right?
I do have a son.
Would you want that to happen to your son?
My son probably wouldn't rape anybody.
You came up with this term, slut. What was the purpose of using that word, slut?
I would refer to myself as a slut.
Oh.
So if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm going to be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with
Oh shit! Oh shit!
different women?
A slut maker.
A slut maker. Oh wow!
Isn't that amazing?
No, it's sad.
It's
What's
sad, Maria,
really
it's
the
sad.
difference, right? Besides anatomy,
Oh,
like
that's
what
true.
is the difference? We're both human, right? So if I want to have sex, yeah.
Do your parents know you a slut?
Oh my God!
Are they embarrassed to know that?
Oh my God, no! They couldn't be more proud.
Amazing.
I have two brothers.
Oh, okay. Are you close to them?
I am very.
And do they see you as a slut?
But do you could you?
Amazing. What is a man?
What do you mean? What is a man?
Besides the body part, the physical part, what is a man?
You know, is
Amazing. Amazing.
most men are sexual predators.
Amazing. It's not natural for a man to be emotional like a woman. It's not.
It's not
He's
like
not
a
born that
woman.
way.
No, it's not like a.
Yeah, no, this is an old clip. And Amber did support Trump recently. This is an old clip. So.
woman. He's a human being.
This was like a legendary clip. Yeah.
But not like a woman, though. Men are the head of women, right? Especially their wives and things like that.
I do not agree with that.
You have to agree with that.
No, I don't. I
Why
don't,
not?
Jesse. I don't.
Why don't you agree with that?
Everybody that came before us, that's all they knew.
No, real women don't think that way. Those are the
What is a
feminist,
real woman?
Those are the feminist women who think that way.
But what's a real
let me
woman?
A real woman is a woman who knows her place. She loves being a woman. She's not.
Is this happening right now?
But you have these feminist women who are jealous of masculinity, and they want to kill it. They want to. You agree with that, right?
I feel like you're trolling me right now.
What does that mean? A woman is not competition for a man. He naturally has authority over her. I felt bad for you when I read this. My heart broke for you.
All right. Anything else, you guys? Let me take a look on Twitter. Maybe I was saying like 2 hours ago I was going to call this, but just take a look. Amber. Peterson. Ooh.
I'm going to get to your cause.
Okay. Maybe we're done. I'm going to try to... This is a long video, but I'm going to see if I can skip through it. Halfway.
Yes.
You voted for the president?
I did not vote for the president. I mean, the symptoms were obvious to me since the start. Also, I'm a New Yorker, so I've heard about a lot of his unlawful deeds before his campaign.
Did you vote for Hillary?
I did vote for Hillary.
Amazing. And so now that the president has been there for nearly 3 years, what has he done to indicate that he has, or possibly has, mental health issues?
Well, he has shown numerous signs from the start, but as I have said...
Like what, for an example? Give me the example. I'm black and I'm slow. Give me the example or something that he has done to indicate that he has potential mental health issues.
So my main concern was dangerousness, which I have to make clear that violence has very little to do with mental illness. And mentally ill individuals are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. And so you really have to look at the specific symptoms that make one dangerous.
But what has to, give me something that the president did to indicate that he has mental issues.
Those include impulsivity, like tweeting out policies without consulting anybody. That's an example of impulsivity. He's often...
But if he didn't tweet out, we wouldn't know the truth because the media lie to the people. Otherwise, we wouldn't know the truth. And so is it mental illness to tweet out the truth?
It's tweeting out simply what the first thing that comes to one's mind is actually more on the impulsive side.
So all the young people are mentally ill then, right? Because they live on Twitter.
Oh, actually, yes, young people are impulsive, but they are naturally impulsive.
So are they mentally ill?
That's a normal stage of development when one is an adolescent, when one is a child or an adolescent, but it is abnormal and a symptom of illness when an adult does it.
Amazing. And so you remember Barack Obama, right?
I'm sorry?
You remember Barack Obama, the black guy that was the president? When he used Twitter in order to help win the election and lied to the people, did that indicate that Obama was mentally ill as well?
We look at patterns rather than single instances, and so he didn't show enough of a pattern to raise alarm.
How about when he lied after lie after lie about
same thing,
different things? Did that indicate all the lies that he told to the people? If you want to, if you like your doctor, you can keep the doctor. If you like your health insurance, you can keep it, your insurance. He went on Facebook and did a lot of stuff. Did that indicate that Obama was mentally ill?
Again, it's about pattern. He may have said, a number of lies, but it didn't rise above the level of normal politician lying, perhaps. So you look at what is normal.
Again, I'm black and I'm slow, but did that indicate that Obama was mentally ill as well? When he lied after lie after lie after lie.
It didn't rise to the level. The pattern was not severe enough to raise alarms.
Amazing.
In the case of Mr. Trump, it's noted that he has said 10,000 lies during his presidency. So it's not just a matter of you cannot keep your doctor or you can keep your health insurance, which could have been innocent mistakes, by the way. But Mr. Trump, even after being corrected and after advisors tell him not to promote conspiracy theory, for example, he still continues on and he doubles down. And that is a sign of pathology at this level.
The media lie to the people, especially liberal media, day after day after day. Are they doing that because they are mentally ill, deceiving the people? The Democratic Party, the right of Republicans, are they deceiving the people because they're? And I really appreciate you being here. Are they deceiving the people because they are mentally ill?
Now the media. What happens is that when you have a president with mental impairment, It trickles down to the population. In fact, even if members of the population do not have a diagnosable mental disorder, they will take on, for example, delusions and symptoms of mental illness when we have a leader who is...
So are you saying that the liberal media is mentally ill because of President Trump?
They show symptoms and signs of illness, but it's actually not an illness.
So you blame President Trump for the mental illness of the liberal media?
I'm not sure what you're referring to. By
you said that the liberal media is mentally ill because of President Trump, right?
No. Here's what happens. This is something that almost every mental health professional experiences. When you have a mentally ill patient and they go untreated and they stay in a family of healthy individuals, it's not the mentally ill person who becomes healthy, but rather the healthy members around the mentally ill person who take on symptoms of mental illness. And it's almost as if they have a mental illness themselves. And it's a very dramatic phenomenon. And it's called shared psychosis. It's a real condition.
So I agree with...
So if you voted for Trump, something wrong with her. So if you voted for Trump and you disagree, you have these people that are, I mean, look how they've been carrying on, right, on the internet. You're mentally ill if you voted for Trump.
With you that the media is mentally ill.
This is a couple of years ago, but I love this interview because it's like a doctor, a mental health expert, and we want to know from the mental health expert your thoughts and opinions.
It's a real condition.
So I agree with you that the media is mentally ill. Absolutely.
The media is mentally ill.
Here's the treatment. When you extract the mentally ill person from the family, the healthy people return to normal. And so you treat the ill person before you return them to the family, educate the rest of the family, and have a course of treatment, they will be okay. But without intervention, leaving them simply exposed to the pathology, yes. And we're seeing some of that in our population. Much of the population is beguiled by this president.
So let me ask, this is so interesting to me. Mamma mia!
Mamma mia!
Over the last 3 years, more people working now, blacks, women, whites, everybody working.
Yeah, everybody working.
The economy is better, cut back on taxes. We're safer in our country as a result of President Trump. We are
safer.
The wall going up. Well, let me just finish this. The wall going up as a result of the president. Are those signs of a mentally ill person? That type of success.
That type of success is that mental illness.
Recently, a report came out that Americans are the most stressed population in the world.
But let me just ask that question first. The things I've just read off or mentioned his successes. His success is a sign of mentally illness.
I'm sorry?
To be so successful at making the country great again in the last 3 years, is that a sign of mentally illness?
I'm not sure what you're referring to as success.
He cut back on taxes. More people are working now. We are safer. He cut back on restrictions. He's getting black people out of prison.
This is what he's saying. This is what he is promoting, but I think the numbers...
I know, but let me just finish this. He's getting black people out of prisons. We are safer from the enemy around the world. Is that a sign, that type of success, is that a sign of mental illness?
I think a lot of the things you're attributing to him are actually decades, and he's reaping some of the benefits.
But when Obama was in there, we were going downhill. Now we're going uphill in a very positive way.
The economy was going uphill for 8 consecutive years in unprecedented ways.
Well, somebody need to tell the black people that, because they don't like Obama. They weren't able to work. Violence in Chicago, the black on black violence got worse, and
Actually,
so blacks don't know Baltimore.
Let me correct you. Violence rates had improved during Obama's time.
Really?
They were actually stagnant and starting to go up during Bush's era. And then with Obama's election, they went down again. And then there was a slight up curve before Trump's election, and now it's actually dramatically going up.
That's amazing. So Black Lives Matter chanting killing cops when we want dead cops, and when do we want it now?
Right.
And then some blacks went out and started killing cops. That wasn't violence going up?
I mean, toward the end of Obama's era, it was going up slightly, but it hadn't been going up the way it is now.
You know, I wanted to ask you this, and you're an expert on this. You now have men taking off their male body parts and attacking women body parts and putting on dresses and acting like women. And you have women taking off women body parts and putting on men body parts and wearing men clothes and acting like men. Is that due to mental illness as well?
No, it's not. That's not part of mental illness.
Well, that's somewhat a cultural phenomenon, and there may be some mental illness in some individuals, but it's more of a cultural phenomenon that may be in response to previous oppression and various notions about sexuality.
So is that cultural phenomenon happening due to mental illness?
I wouldn't call it a mental illness at this point.
Is it sane to do that to your body, to take off your God-given parts and put on fake parts and pretend?
For one thing is that our society is not healthy at this point.
Yeah.
So to respond in certain ways could be a response to that lack of health. It could be a corrective to the lack of health, or it could be a reflection of the lack of health. So I'm saying that one action is not ill or healthy, in a blanket way. We have to look at.
So are you saying that the Great White Hope, the President Trump, are you saying that he's mentally ill for making society better, but the men and women who are taking off their body parts and pretending to be the opposite sex are not mentally ill? Transgender is not mental illness.
Again, I'm not going to comment on people who are having transgender operations because I have not examined them. I have not.
But you haven't examined the president either.
As much information as I do on Mr. Trump. So let's just stick with.
Yeah, you haven't examined Trump, but you have all this diagnosis for him. But you know,
but you have not examined the Great White Hope either. How could you make a decision about him? Would you like it if someone said...
It's about dangerousness, which is not a diagnosis, does not require an examination, and is actually more accurate from information outside of an examination. And we have voluminous, high-quality information on the president over decades. That's more than enough information, and we recently did a mental health analysis of the Mueller report. And that
that's a good point. They lied and said the president colluded with Russia, and they screamed and yelled and carried on. They spent thousands of millions of dollars on the so-called investigation. They found out that nothing happened, and they won't admit that they're wrong. They won't apologize. Are they, Mueller and others, are they mentally ill?
So true, right? They want to call everything mentally ill. The mentally ill are projecting. Want to call everything else mentally ill. But they were going on with this Russia stuff over and over and over and over and over again, and you guys were wrong. And so, is that a sign of mental illness that you guys are doing that?
Side of an examination, and we have voluminous, high-quality information on the president over decades. That's more than enough information, and we recently did a mental health analysis of the Mueller report, and that
that's a good point. They lied and said the president colluded with Russia, and they screamed and yelled and carried on. They spent thousands of millions of dollars on this so-called investigation, they found out that nothing happened, and they won't admit that they're wrong. They won't apologize. Are they Mueller and others? Are they mentally ill?
So my concern is I have not examined any of them, and I do not have enough information
But you
on
didn't
any
examine
of
Trump.
them. Again, I only have enough information about Mr. Trump.
Amazing. But why are you're a forensic psychiatrist? Why haven't you examined those people? They were very public. They have been yelling and screaming for 3 years. They've been proven to be liars. Why haven't you noticed them?
Right.
Because my interest is on the effect of the president on society, which is currently a mental health crisis and a national emergency. And the Mueller report has confirmed a lot of our assessments to the point where we can almost come to a conclusion. We have requested that the president submit to a personal evaluation.
Amazing.
If he believes he is fit, he should submit to one.
Why should he prove that to anyone? Why should he have to prove his health or non-health issues to anyone? People don't go around proving.
He has shown enough signs of pathology for thousands of mental health professionals to be concerned, and we have been requesting a mental health exam. He has avoided it through fake exams.
Did Obama go through a mental health examination?
Right. Did Obama do it?
We are now asking that all presidential and vice presidential candidates undergo a
Did you
physical
ask
duty
that of Barack Obama?
Yeah. Did you ask Obama to do that shit?
We're asking of all upcoming presidents and vice presidents.
But again, I'm black and I'm slow. Did you ask that of, I need a yes or no. Did you ask that of Barack Obama?
No, it was never a concern before Mr. Trump. We've never had such a mentally unstable president in most of our memory.
She's crazy.
And therefore, he has raised, that is perhaps one contribution he has made, in that he has raised the importance of mental stability and acuity in an important office such as the president's, and we are requiring that from now on of everybody. We're asking that they submit voluntarily.
But it's not true that it wasn't asked before, because they asked that of another Republican president who lost as a result of that. We just talked about him. What was his name again? Goldberg? Goldwater? We asked that of you guys asked that of Goldwater, so it has been asked of another. Well, why wasn't it was asked of Goldwater?
Please, it would have been good if they had asked for one, because I believe that he would have passed.
Who, Obama?
Obama, I think he would have passed. Mr. Trump, I sincerely doubt he would be able to, and that's why he's avoiding one.
As a forensic psychiatrist who at Yale University, there are women who are killing their children inside of their wombs, and there are men and women who support it.
Again, these are the kinds of conspiracies.
And then they are now. Let me just finish. Let me finish the question. Let me just finish this.
Mental health.
I know, but let me ask this. And now they are saying that once the baby pops out of the womb after the 9th month,
you can kill them.
That you can now kill the baby. Don't let the baby live. Is that due to?
That's untrue.
Is that due to
mental illness? Right. Is that due to mental illness? Is there something wrong with you guys?
No, they just passed that law in New York.
Skeptical.
They passed it in New York. My question to you is that mental illness to kill unborn children? Is that mental illness?
No.
It could be. It may not be.
So these women may be mentally ill for.
The fact itself is untrue.
But so these women may be mentally ill for killing their children inside their wombs by way of abortion.
I am concerned about. Perhaps you're listening to Mr. Trump's rhetoric more than listening to the facts and evidence.
No, I'm asking about these. I want to come back to that. I definitely want to come back to that. But my question is, because you're a mental health expert, these women who are killing their children in their wombs, and some of these children can now pop out in the 9th month and let the baby die. Even Obama wanted the baby to die on the medical table without doing a botched abortion without any medical care.
Yeah,
is that due to mental illness that they're willing to kill children in the womb and even after the baby is born? Is that due to mental illness? I just need it. I'm black. I'm slow, and I need an answer to that. You're an expert.
It's true.
Is that due to mental illness?
Not slow, but I think you have a mistaken notion of mental illness.
That's why I'm asking you. Is that due?
It's something that cannot be answered in a yes or no. It requires an examination in this case because there's not enough public data.
You didn't examine Trump.
How much do you need?
Again, I would like to stick with Mr. Trump, which is, I believe, the reason you're interviewing me for.
Okay, concerning the president, so you won't answer that, but concerning the president, this woman, Maxine Waters, out of California, a Democrat, she not only wanted impeachment, but she called for the violence of Trump supporters when you run into them in a cafe or something like that. And I call her the wicked witch of the West with the low IQ. Is she calling for violence and hate this man so much, the Great White Hope so much, because of mental illness? Is Maxine Waters mentally ill as well?
Again, I don't have enough information on Ms. Waters. Congresswoman Waters, I would like to stick with Mr. Trump, please.
So you have never personally examined the Great White Hope, President Donald Trump, and you have a mental illness mentality about him when you have the crazy people out there dressing like women and dressing like men and encouraging violence.
They're not a danger to society in the way that Mr. Trump is.
I'm sorry?
They're not a danger to society the way that Mr. Trump is.
But the
Mr.
president
Trump is currently a danger to our nation and to international security, and that is why we're calling for an examination. If he feels that he is fit for the presidency, he should be able to submit to an examination and pass it.
But why?
Imagine these people calling for you to submit. Submit.
I do not believe that he has the capacity to pass a basic mental capacity exam. That's our assessment.
In closing, why would a man like the Great White Hope, President Trump, submit to a bunch of people who don't like him because he's a white male, straight, conservative, white male? Let me just ask. Let me just finish. Let me just finish this. He's a straight, white, conservative, Christian male of power and making the country.
I'm not submitting to you, motherfuckers. Submit to Satan
again. When you got a bunch of liberal intellectuals who don't like him, why would he submit to his enemies?
Again, it's not about like or dislike. We are medical professionals. We are concerned. We're actually pro-human. So you can say that we're pro Mr. Trump. We would like him to receive the proper care. Currently, the power that he is given, the access to war-making powers and the nuclear arsenal that he has is not a healthy situation. It's a dangerous situation.
Amazing.
And
amazing.
As professionals, we make our assessments based on evidence, clinical observations. We back our assertions with data alone, not personal opinion, not political affiliation, not objective ideas.
My final question, were you born in America?
I came here when I was a year old. I consider myself thoroughly American, a patriot. I am Christian, and I am.
You're a Christian? And you support transgender and abortion and all that. How can you be a Christian and support evil?
I'm mainly concerned about our nation's safety and public health, as well as public mental health.
But you're not concerned you're not concerned as a Christian, you're not concerned about the soul of people who are destroying themselves by thinking that they're a man when they're a woman, or a woman when they're a man.
Of course I am.
And how about the unborn children?
Those are real concerns. Those are relatively small concerns compared to the much larger concern about human society and human civilization that is at stake.
Amazing.
Because of the mental instability of the most powerful man.
But 60 million.
That is my principal and overriding concern.
Since
For that, I have to tell you, I'll tell you that I am currently in a 40-day fast. I'm about 10 days into it, and I'm praying for the safety of our nation.
Since 1973, 60 million babies have been killed inside the womb, and you're not concerned about that?
No,
as a Christian?
I'm actually concerned about people who die every single day, whose deaths could be prevented.
How about the unborn?
We should be pro all of life.
How about the unborn?
Unborn, not just unborn partial human beings.
This shit. I think I made a video on this. She was like, "No, not just the unborn partial human beings." So I'm telling you, these people don't look at them as human or babies or anything. They just think they're molecules put together.
Unborn, not just unborn partial human beings. We should be concerned about our fellow human beings all across the board, all around the world, who are all in danger at this time.
So, Dr. The Skype is messed up, but let me ask, is it unhealthy for the children who are being killed inside the womb? Isn't that unhealthy for the baby that's being killed inside the woman's womb?
Of course, but it's also an unhealthy fixation when we are waging wars. Did you know that we're waging wars?
Look at his face.
In about 80 countries around the world.
But Obama did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this goes across multiple presidencies.
Oh, okay. Dr.
I'm Catholic, so I should be concerned about unborn babies.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
should.
a small concern over the numerous deaths that we are propagating, that we are waging.
But just so you know, you might not be aware. You might not be aware of this, but Obama started all those wars. The Great White Hope is ending those wars. He's working on ending them, but it was Obama. So y'all need to examine. Y'all need to examine Obama.
Do you know what the nuclear posture review is?
No.
It's a first strike nuclear war policy. Mr. Trump instituted it. He withdrew from the INF treaty. He withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. He is destabilizing the Middle East.
Let me just say, amazing. Let me just say this. I have two other quick questions. Number one, you say you're Catholic. What do you think about the liberal Pope?
I don't consider him liberal or conservative. I consider
Yeah, the Pope is like a joke. The Pope? Oh my God.
him.
I feel like Catholicism, Catholics. I don't want to say too much. I have family that's Catholics, but I just feel like, you know, in my own opinion, some of these people have the most child rapists ever known. This priest. They have the biggest numbers of child pedophiles. And they get upset when you say that. I feel like a lot of these fucking, I don't know, these churches and stuff, there's a lot of pedophiles there. Raging Cajun, thank you for the 5. You need to be patient. Amazing for Aiken Mouth. Thank you.
Abiding by the gospel.
Do you love Israel?
Do you think Jesus was liberal?
No. You about to make me cuss. No, he wasn't liberal. Do you? You think Jesus was a liberal?
Because you seem to be using the word liberal for people who are trying to be ethical or truthful.
But liberals are not
when
ethical.
You say liberal media, how it lies. I actually find the extreme right-wing media to be very concerningly spreading conspiracy theories.
But
and propaganda.
the Pope is liberals are not ethical. That's why we have such a messed up world, because the conservatives.
How do you know liberals are not ethical? Have you examined all of them yourself?
Because I've never seen a liberal that stood up for anything that's right that's good. So that's why.
So if you make such blanket generalizations, then you have to be concerned about being influenced by propaganda or
by God. I'm being influenced by God. Does that count?
Yes, but why is it going into politics?
My last question for you: do you love Israel?
I love Israel as a land, and I love Israelis as people.
You love the Jews?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I've actually been to Israel, and I found them incredibly humane and good people, just as Americans are, but misled by corruption and politics.
Yeah, there's a woman in Congress, and then we're done. There's a woman in Congress. Her name is Ilhan Omar. She hates America. She hates the Christians. She hates the Jews. Should she be in our government?
That's a political question, I think, again, loaded with prejudice that I cannot answer.
Okay. Dr. Bandy Lee, thank you so much for coming on. That was fun.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Will you come back again?
Sure.
I enjoy.
She never came back. She never came back. What is at the door? Okay. Chubby.
Homosexual History Month,
Oh my
Japanese History Month, Chinese History Month, Asian History Month, Women History Month, Abortion History Month, Cancer History Month, racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, Debbie-Dadism, Allah-Ubaism, white supremacism, police brutalism, antisemitism.
White supremacists.
Are
They can kill you with. Yes, they are.
No one is supremo.
Your little episodes that you have.
Your little episode. Women always put down men. What about how your little business?
Just like how retarded you are. Fucking retarded. Last time I checked, I was a grown-ass woman.
And you're a grown bitch, too.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Oh, my God.
Your little.
They have Black History Month, Homosexual History Month, Japanese History Month, Chinese History Month, Asian History Month, Women History Month, Abortion History Month, Cancer History Month, racism, sexism, homophobism, Islamophobism, Debbie-Dadism, Allah-Ubaism, white supremacism, police brutalism, antisemitism.
White supremacists. They can kill you with. Yes, they are.
No one is supremo.
Your little episodes that you have.
Your little episode. Women always put down men. What about how your little business?
Just like how retarded you are. Fucking retarded. Last time I checked, I was a grown-ass woman.
And you're a grown bitch, too.
Bye.
Bye,
bitch. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tonight. I needed the laughs. And, yeah, take care. Adios.